Bitch tit.
One. Yeah, there it
Tits a
is.
boss.
Oh, it's a great start. Welcome to Dungeons. I did it again. This is 2 freaking weeks in a row. Welcome to Discord and Dragons, where we talk on Discord and we play Dungeons and Dragons. And I am only slightly tipsy tonight. Only slightly. Don't give me that face. I'm not. It wasn't that bad. All right. So, let's give a little recap of where we came from, or where we're coming from. Last time, we started with a little bit of talking to Daisy, which went from calming down a very, very freaked out and crying Daisy to her happily running to her room with the assumption that Max is Batman, which was only further displayed through magical spells and a disguise. Not before the team got what's it called? Got some information from her about the location, or people who know the location of the interrogation building, the side building for the team. It was told to everybody that the top team, the top agents, all have that information because they're, you know, the top agents. They have some of the classified information. You guys went not only to look for him a little bit, but also to go check on the interrogation room where Sen was being talked to, and the hospital wing downstairs where you went to go check on Golgarn. In going to the interrogation room, you found out not a lot, just that Sen was being talked to, and that Dr. Loretz would know where your new friend Ulaharis is, because he's the only one left on this side of the portal. Which Max did call and got an immediate response, and rubbed it in Ileana's face as well. So they found out that he would be patrolling the outskirts of the agency, where Sony and Ava were down in the hospital and got some information from a nurse that they thought would be legit about a night nurse that planted the bomb. They all met. You guys all met up outside. Found Ulaharis. He did a little bit of not intimidating, but just I don't even know how to put it. He hit Max with a warhammer because he jumped out at him in full Batman costume.
Surprise.
Yes. And you guys were given Ulaharis's not just his blessing to like that he trusts you guys and he gave you the information you were looking for, or promised to give you the exact coordinates. He also told you that no one is trustworthy because you're all agents in a secret agency. And that he has some doubts about Dr. Loretz. Not like based on anything, just because they never saw eye to eye. To which then he gave his number to you guys and said, let me know if you need anything, and should you find anything more about Sani, to tell him first. You guys didn't really agree to it, but you were like, yeah, maybe, you know. Then upon hearing what Ava said about the nurse, you guys ran downstairs because then Dr. Sky basically was like, no information was ever found out about who planted it. So Max, leading the charge because suspicions corrected, led you guys downstairs. You guys found not Sen. I'm sorry, the nurse.
What's her face?
Yeah. Two of you are now in the hangar downstairs, making sure that no one gets out and nothing suspicious is happening, which there are 2 vehicles, just to remind you, that are full of people that are waiting for the lockdown to end that Max called in. The other 2, you guys had interrogated a little bit the nurse and found out that she was basically coerced by Sen when he was unconscious. Through all Max could see was a hand, some dark energy, and then her doing some stuff. that she only remembers as a dream. And you called it in, and we are now currently in a state of both teams basically waiting for something to happen. So, at which case, I'm going to ask someone from the garage team and someone from the hospital office team to roll me an initiative roll, basically, to see which team we're going to go to first tonight. So,
Sam, do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
Seeing the past rolls I've gotten last session, I prefer if you did it.
Okay. It's
And
just
then
an initiative
either-
roll or just a d20 roll?
let's do initiative just for fun.
Okay.
And then either Ava or Max do a roll.
Knowing my luck, do you want me to roll or do you want?
Go for it.
All right. So Ileana and Ava are doing the rolls.
Just checking my thing. Okay.
So we have an 8 and
16.
16. So literally double. Okay, so we go to the hangar team. You guys have been checking to make sure that everyone is nice and, legit, waiting to see if someone does anything. Not much has changed. So far, about 5 minutes of the 10-minute lockdown that you guys requested has gone by. Everyone is being treated and kept stable. Basically trying to get these people out to another source because there's so much cleanup going on. They can't handle enough patients. So are you two going to do anything or say anything while you're waiting?
Ooh.
Let me also remind you guys that you all have a, you're all through to Ava, who is basically keeping communication with everybody.
Right.
So, garage team? Oh, I also have to move that. Let's just
Wow.
right there.
I was just going to wait for Sam to say something. So.
No, I'm
Not a
trying
lot
to
going
think.
on there, huh?
Okay,
If you guys need a minute, like we can go to the other side. It's fine.
I wish to continue investigating the wounded patients, or no, one of the medical staff.
Keep in mind, you and I are hiding right now.
Okay, fine.
Just remember that we were hiding and waiting to see if anybody looked suspicious.
You're standing right next to each other. You don't have to metagame pigeon. You can literally just say that to each other. It's fine.
Right.
I'll even say at this point, you guys, if I remember correctly, your stealth checks were decent, and you guys are standing right next to each other, and everyone in the room is very focused on what they're doing. So whispering would not be too revealing.
Yeah, I guess. Sonny was just gonna wait with Ileana until something happens.
Okay.
I would like to potentially
Rage.
do another visual sweep of the room as far as I'm basically looking for anything that just looks suspicious or out of the ordinary.
Can I do that too?
Yeah, in fact, what you can do is you can have one person roll with advantage because someone's helping.
Sure. What are we rolling?
Or, let me just ask this. It would be investigation regardless. Do you guys want to do separate investigations and look for something individually, or do you want one person to roll with advantage and just broad?
I do not mind, Sam. So it's up to you, man.
I would like to assist Megan on her rolls and observe the
Okay.
entire room.
Okay, so you're getting a broad investigation of the room.
Okay. That is a dirty 20 with your advantage, Sam. So thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. So with a dirty 20, I'm going to ask, is there something specific that would catch your eye upon this investigation?
So basically what I'm looking for is anybody who is acting like they are being helpful. So pretending to be a nurse or not really doing much to help, but trying to look busy. is what I'm looking for.
Okay, so you're asking to see if someone is faking it, basically.
Yeah, I'm looking for someone like anything suspicious or
Okay.
out of the ordinary for what is being done in this room.
Fair enough. Okay. With with a dirty 20.
Mhm.
You'll see that everyone in the room in the vehicles looks to be pretty busy. There's only one
Mhm.
person outside of the vehicles who he's pacing, but he's the one that originally you heard him get the call about the lockdown, who then gave
Mhm.
the order to what's it called, to like keep everyone stable while the lockdown is happening. So I would say you would see him still in the same place with his phone in his hand, just pacing back and forth and back and forth. So he's the only one really out of the ordinary, I would say.
Mhm. Okay, I'm going to just kind of gently lean over to Sony and point him out and be like, he's the only one who looks like he's not doing anything, but I don't think we should do anything just yet until he does something particularly suspicious. But we might want to let the others know what's going on.
He did just get he just received an unprepared notice of a lockdown, so he might be freaking out about that. But I do know what you are saying. He is acting a little bit weird.
Right, especially since everybody else is busting their ass trying to get the patient stabilized and pacing in front of the trucks. I don't know. Doesn't sound like a very good supervisor to me.
Want me to separate him from the group?
I think we should just keep an eye on him for now and maybe check in with the other team and see what they've managed to accomplish. But I think we should keep an eye on him for now until he does anything untoward.
Very well.
Okay. So with that, I'm gonna ask because you said this. Are you communicating this back to the other team?
Mhm.
Okay. So what we'll do is we're gonna cut over to the office team, who you guys have restrained the nurse. She is chilling, just she's upset because she realized the damage she had caused, and you were waiting for someone to come down to deal with her. And it's at this moment you will receive the message that someone is being watched by the other two in the hangar. Which this is actually, if I remember correctly, the first notice you've gotten from them about anything happening in the hangar, besides
Mhm.
the lockdown going into effect. So Ava and Max, what do you do?
Remind me, did we have to take care of it ourselves, or what? Or what was the message we had from Lorette? Does someone remember?
When you called in that you had her, he said someone would be down.
Okay.
He said
So we just-
that he said to restrain her is what he said. So basically to take her into custody, which you guys have.
So
I call that a job well done.
Okay. So if are let me just ask this: are we all just playing the waiting game right now?
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah.
Effectively, yes.
Okay. So, with that being said, it'll be another couple minutes before a group of agents will come down the stairs, and they will. You'll hear them stop at the stairs, and you will hear a voice call out, saying, "Where is the prisoner?"
In here.
Okay. You'll hear the footsteps start again, and you'll see about 5 agents, all suit and tie, very official, come into the
Very
room.
Men in Black.
Basically.
Oh, nah, bro, chacho.
The 5 of them will all come up to you guys and say, "This her,"
Yeah.
Okay, what do we know?
Well, when she's the one who set off the explosion. However, I'm not entirely sure she did it completely willingly. According to her memories, when she touched the skinless fella, something transferred from him to her, and that's where she started getting the ideas to
To build
the bomb mechanisms and the EMP.
Have you noticed anything from her since you detained her? Is she a threat?
She's been pretty docile as far as we can tell.
You will notice that as soon as he asks if she's a threat, she will start like crying a little bit.
I think she peed a little.
Wrong end, but okay. He'll look at you and he'll go, "Thank you, Dark Knight," and he'll like walk past you. You're still in costume. You never took it off.
Shit.
He'll reach down, grab her by the rope that you guys restrained her with, and he'll remove her hands from it and put her in actual like handcuffs, and then take off the rope and go, "This is not necessary," and just he'll like look to you two like, I don't know whose this is, but okay.
Mine.
Yeah, you can,
We didn't have anything yet.
okay.
Manacles are not in my utility belt.
There it is. He'll just kind of look you up and down and just
I got very bored today.
okay, and he'll say, "Okay, thank you." What is your actual name?
Still managed to do your job for you.
What does he'll look to Ava and go, "Who are you two?"
My name's Ava. He's Mac. In a Batman costume.
I see that. He'll just kind of look over to Max and just. Okay. and from what you described, it's not even like a good. It's like the people on the sidewalk like trying to take pictures in the middle of the city.
Oh yeah,
Abed.
like we're talking Abed from Community. Like
Yeah,
it's
okay.
it's literally like a home stitched Batman costume in like black pajamas.
Okay. So
What are
looks you.
What are your thoughts on candy corn?
Oh boy. I don't want to know. I
We're
don't
not
know
gonna
what
get
that
into that.
is. Okay, so he's gonna just kind of smile at you, and he'll just they'll escort her away, and a couple of the other agents will kind of before moving just kind of stare at you just for a second, and you'll see one of them just quickly take out a phone and just take a selfie with you real quick, and then run back with the others.
$5, please.
And he'll just kind of look at you and go, and then run back with the others. They're gone. So you guys are now left in the hospital office with no one around.
What do?
So you guys can go join your teammates. You can let Loretz know she's been taken. You know, whatever you guys want to do.
I will text Loretz. Agents arrived. Have taken less.
Oh my god. Do we make sure there were actual agents or just more spies?
Is this good? Question mark.
He'll message back, "I told you I was sending somebody."
Okay.
God, he's such a douchebag. He's such an ass.
Such
Alright.
an attitude too.
Should we follow them?
Do you want to follow them?
I don't know. Apparently, we're not supposed to trust anybody, according to that big fellow who hit me with a hammer.
I don't mind going.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
So you guys are gonna try to tail them?
Stealthily.
Hopefully.
Okay. Because it's the two of you,
I will
gonna
take
ask.
off. I will take off the Batman costume.
Ooh, okay, fair.
He's getting
Then
serious.
I'll ask that one of you makes a stealth check, one of you makes a perception check. I don't care which, just one of you do one of you do the other.
What do you want to do, Zenny?
She's gonna do the stealth apparently.
Oh, she's gonna do stealth.
So
Okay.
you do the perception.
Guidance.
There you go.
Wow, that was a great stealth roll.
What was it?
I rolled
know
a
what?
4 plus 5.
4 plus 5, so 9. I'll tell you what, because Max took off the costume, I'll give you advantage because they wouldn't know what he looks like without it.
Mm.
It's all right. It's better than my perception check.
Which is
I was gonna say
one.
also for everyone's viewing pleasure.
a nat 1.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Wow.
So what was it with advantage, Sunny?
14.
14 plus the 9?
No, 9 plus 5. 14.
9 plus. Okay, so that's still better. Okay, so you sneakily make your way to the staircase and realize you have no idea where the hell they went. So they're gone.
It'd be a shame if they went to interrogation.
Wow, geez, it's not as if that wasn't my first thought. Here.
The dust in here, I dusted today, and it's just.
Well, it's about time.
Well then. Shots fired. Okay. So, what do you guys do now that you've lost the team as they were leaving? What are you doing now? You gonna try to figure your way out to where they are there, or like take a guess at where they're going, or what are you doing?
Well, it's probably safe to assume that they went to interrogation unless there's holding cells.
Should ask.
Or do I know?
I'm the only one that knows, and you haven't asked. You haven't asked the right person.
Time to go to Daisy.
Speaking of Daisy, Ileana, you're gonna get a text from Daisy. Well, she did say she could stay in her room, but that's not where she went. We made fun of her for this last time.
And we will continue to do so.
True. So
You guys
Ileana
are
will get a...
ridiculous.
Hey,
Well-
listen, 2 ships that included you sank. Another one has to leave the port at some point.
Listen, not Daisy. Just because I flirted with her at one point doesn't necessarily mean that that's what Ileana's doing. She's realized that she's too pure. Stop it.
Ileana's two lost boyfriends
Exactly.
and new girlfriend.
Okay, so you will be getting a text, Ileana, from Daisy saying, "Oh, forgot to mention, did you guys want me to sign you up for tomorrow or not?" Question mark.
I will type back to her to say ignore the first part because we already got specific instructions from Dr. Loretz, which we did, so it's not completely a lie. And then I'll text
did
back,
I not
yes,
give you the
please.
text back? I thought I gave you the answer to that already. No?
Mm-mm,
I'm sorry.
nope.
Then that text would be a 2-parter. So the first part of that the first part of that text would be very confused.
Mhm.
And then she would ask about signing you up. So you said yes, please?
Yeah, so yes, please to signing us up, and then I'll respond back to the first part and saying ignore it. It's all taken care of. Don't worry about it.
Okay. She'll send a text back saying, "Okay?" question mark, and then another text saying, "For what division?"
Oh, shit.
To remind you
I'm going to
guys,
send...
there are 3 divisions. There's solo
Yeah.
fights, team fights, and solo like demonstration.
Okay. I
So
will
those
send
are-
a text message to our group saying Daisy wants us to sign up for this thing. to this fucking round robin tournament bullshit. What do you guys want to enter as? Question mark. And send. Also following in that text message will be a quick reminder, we were supposed to have that done before like a certain time today. So answers quickly would be
I believe I
awesome.
said by the end of the day.
I thought it was noon the day before.
No, because it was only told.
But I'll
you
take
guys
end
only.
of day.
You were told at noon today that it was happening.
Okay.
So I believe. Oh, you know what it was? It was noon the next day. That's what it was. So.
Yeah.
The question.
So I'm gonna send that text message. Yeah, I'm gonna send that out as well.
Sony replies.
Sony.
Sony replies as team fights.
Okay.
Okay, so Sony sent a response. Ava, Max. So Ava sends back a thumbs up.
On the one Sony sent.
On the team fights. Max?
Well, I think y'all will need some help, so I guess team fights it is.
All right. So
I will
your
then
team message
answer
back.
Daisy.
Okay.
I will text Daisy saying, enter us for the team fights, please.
Okay. And she will send back a thumbs up of her own. All right. So it's at this point that the garage team will hear the agent who was, or the doctor who was pacing back and forth you'll hear his phone go off. You'll see him pick it up, put it in his pocket, go, all right, let's wrap it up. Time to move. And you'll see all the agents, some of the agents come out of the back of the trucks, close them up, get in, start the vans, and you'll see the lock door slowly start to lift. And the trucks will then open up the main garage door and fly out. So I'm going to ask, as these trucks are getting ready to leave and leaving, are you guys doing anything?
I'm going to try. Oh, how far away are the trucks? Out of curiosity.
So you're across the hangar from them, so I'm going to say it's a good 60 feet.
60 feet? Okay.
Yeah, 60,
I would
65
like to. This is some crazy shit, so we'll see if it works. I want to try and get to. I'm going to look at Sony. Do you still happen to have that earpiece on you
Yeah,
that we used for the mission? Give it to me.
I give her the earpiece.
I'm going to take both earpieces because I took mine back from Max. And I have the one from Sony. I don't know how far these are going to go, but I want to try and place one in each van.
So as the vans are being closed up, you're going to try to throw an earpiece in each?
I'm going to try. Well, so since everybody is pretty much at the back of the van, I want to try and get to like where the front of it is and just place it in a place where it won't fall off, hopefully. But
Okay.
that makes sense.
I'm going to need a stealth check first to see if you can get up front without anyone noticing.
Okay. Stealth. +4. That is a 23 total.
Oh, the look on your face,
on the die.
The look on your face, I thought you rolled like sub 13. Okay.
No, I thought it was, and I had to look because my lights are off, so I had to like look at it really quick.
Okay. So you're good. You make it up front.
Cool.
Now I would like a sleight of hand check, please.
Okay. Sleight of hand. My sleight of hand is still really good too. Okay. Dice gods, be with me. So, that is a natural 20.
Bro.
For
I don't know why I ever ask you to
24.
roll things. I don't know why I ever ask you to roll things.
You're full of shit. She's fudging the rolls.
I'm not. It's my Eliana dice.
Oh, she gave you the
I'm
puppy dog look. That's
not.
I think I'm gonna have to go do something in the other room real quick. Alright.
I'm
So
sad. Not
oh boy.
fudging rules.
So with a natural 20, you will be able to go up to each van and place the earpiece somewhere in the front cabin that is undetected. And with your stealth roll, you'll be able to get in and out no problem.
Cool. I'm gonna look at Sony and be like, I think now would be a good time to leave and find out where the others are.
All right then.
Okay.
So,
So you guys
we're-
head out of the. You guys head out of the. Oh God, Andrew, why? I'm gonna throw one of those at you. All right, so God.
Why
So you
is
guys.
Hmm.
God damn it. So you guys head out of the hangar, and what do? So you said you want to find out where they are. So what do you do? You text them? Do you use the mind link? What are you doing? Which I'm
I'm
surprised you
gonna
didn't
use
use
the
the mind
mind
link.
link.
I'm surprised you didn't use the mind link for the Daisy question, but you know.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that, but yeah, no. I'll use the mind link for this one.
Okay.
We're all done down here in the hangar, and they no idea where you guys are.
So that would go to Ava.
Mm-hmm.
Max, they're done in the hangar.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can tell them that we're following the agents who took her.
We're still following.
Well, we don't really know where they went, so
You guys said you were gonna try to go to the to what, interrogation?
or we were going to go ask Daisy if she's
Oh right, you were gonna go ask Daisy. Right.
Do we know where
Um,
Daisy is?
for a map.
Last you saw Daisy, she told you she was going back to her room, which was on an inaccessible floor to you guys.
Anybody got her phone number?
Besides all of you.
Sony?
Why are you looking at me?
Gee, I wonder.
Ileana is just going to screenshot Daisy's contact in the phone and send it to Max through text messaging. Because I assume this has all been communicated us down to
Yes.
me and Sony. Okay.
Okay. So now, are you sending it to only Max?
Send it in the group chat.
That's what I was wondering. Okay.
Yeah,
So now
I'll
all
send
of
it in the
you
group
have
chat.
all of you have Daisy's number, which I think Max is probably the only one that didn't have it. So
Yeah, I
now
think
that
so
I think
too.
about it, because Ava's texted her before. Maybe Sony didn't have it.
I don't think Sony had it either. I think it was just me and Ava.
Could be. Could be. Okay. Regardless, now all of you have it. So.
Mhm.
Oh boy. You keep giving me ideas about things that you want me to throw at you. I mean, that's I'll just start writing them down.
Bro,
It's no
chill,
problem.
chill.
You gotta chill with
No
that.
problem.
Do it.
All right. So, do you guys tell them you're on your way to go find Daisy, or are you going to stop and just go, "Whoa, okay, let's figure this out first"? Go ahead, check your utility belt. What do you have in there?
Christmas cookies.
Ah, it's a little
Nice.
early for that.
My nephews wanted them.
Fair enough.
There isn't a map on our phone, is there? Like for the company app?
Nope. If you look through the agency section of your phone, there is nothing of a like map of where you can go.
Cool. I'll text Daisy asking for a directory of sorts.
She'll text you back and say, "Why? What do you need?"
They just took away the night nurse who blew up the basement, so trying to figure out where they went.
She'll go, "Well, that can either be to the holding cells or to interrogation."
Cool. Where are the holding cells?
Hey,
Hi.
hey,
Hello.
hey, bud. Sorry, no.
Hey.
I thought like
listen.
something happened to him. I'm sorry, I forgot to mute.
No, it's
Are
okay.
you okay, bud?
It's me.
Oh my god.
Just
Is everything
make
okay?
sure.
What's wrong with your cat? Not my boy.
He wants cuddles.
He fell asleep in the window, but like half on top of the radiator and was like groaning loud enough that I could hear him with my headphones on, and I got concerned.
Fair enough. So, the holding cells she will text you is in the security office on the 5th floor.
To the 5th floor.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
All right. I hope you have a plan because I'm going on blind. I'm going in blind.
I mean, I just want to make sure that they actually brought her there and not, out of
Uh,
And to be fair,
Okay.
with that nat 1 perception roll, I think he's the one rolling in blind. Just saying.
It's true. It's very true.
Okay, so let me ask this first. Do you communicate to them what Daisy told you, to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will ask this of everybody: are you going, or are we staying with the split party?
I'm gonna look over at Sony. Any thoughts, or did you have something else in mind?
Okay, so looking back, we're registered for the tournament tomorrow. We got
Mhm.
the woman arrested, but I just want to make sure she's been taken by the right authority.
Respect their authority.
So we have two destinations where they could possibly go: the interrogation room or the holding cell. Well, seeing how everything's about to cool down now, I think we could start taking our calming down a bit. So I'll take the lead and go head over to the holding cell just to double check there. If anyone wants to come with, you're free to you're welcome to.
Ooh. Okay.
Any thoughts? Together or as one? Or together or separate?
I mean, we're going to end up there anyway, so might as well just go as a group.
Very well then.
Okay. With
Lead
that,
on.
the Ava and Max, you guys are not that far ahead of everybody. So after waiting for like 90 seconds, the other two will catch up, and as a party, you go up to the 5th floor. Max, you know this floor pretty well because this is also the floor with the computer lab that you spent a lot of your time. You would know getting up the staircase that to the right is mainly where the computer lab is, along with the server room where most of that information is kept. You have never been to the other side of this floor, to the left side. So would you check where you've already been, or would you go down to the left?
I would go the other way.
Okay. So upon going down to the left, there's a long hallway that veers off to the right at one point, and what you will see is the first door that you come across is a very solid metal door that along the top says holodeck, which you have never seen before. None of you have ever seen before. As you continue down the hall, there is a very open space to the left of the hallway, which has a sign in front of it that says gear repair. And you see there's just a lot of tables and people working, a lot of tools, a lot of setup. And it almost looks like it's a drop-off kind of thing where you drop your stuff off and they work on it for a bit. As you continue down a little bit further, there is a small wooden door with a padlock on it, with like a really shitty sign that says security.
That says what?
This is
Security.
what?
Security. Sorry if I cut out there.
Think we found it.
Yep.
All right.
So you guys all walk up to the door. Like I said, it is locked.
Is there like a key card or a number pad?
It's a padlock. It's like one of those like.
Oh,
turn
okay.
pad-
Ow.
Yeah.
You are
So
a
did
menace.
Max just knock?
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds go by. No answer.
Sony then has an open palm, like open his hand as a palm, and like smacks on the door just to double check if anyone can hear it.
How hard are you hitting?
Like how hard do you need to make a loud noise? As hard as I can to make it very loud.
What's your strength what's your strength score?
+0.
No, not the modifier. What's the score itself?
Oh, 10.
It's a 10. Okay. You hit decently hard. Like it's not bad. You hear the and a little like a line will appear on the door that's like sparkling, and it'll slowly move across at like eye level, and a rectangular hole will appear, and you'll see eyes from the other side that'll go, what?
We're here to make sure you guys received the prisoner from the infirmary,
The nurse.
the nurse section.
Who are you?
The people who caught her.
We really should come up with a team name later, or sooner or later.
So your job is done.
Just
Yes.
make sure that the other job was done.
Yes, we have her.
Cool. Thank you.
Could you make
Can I
it?
roll an insight on him? Do I believe him?
Good, I get to add to the insight counter, and it's only been 45 minutes.
Not even.
Okay.
You
Roll an
didn't roll
insight.
you didn't roll my die. Why didn't you roll my die? Let's see. Insight. That's gonna be a whopping 15.
Holy shit!
All right, let me take my D20s out. Hey, Sandy, come here. Which D20 should I use? Which one? Which one?
Blue one.
She wants literally nothing to do. She literally looked away from them. All right, let's use the small one.
Maybe that means that her favor is in my favor.
Well, it fell off the table.
Aw.
That's let's say 6 total. So, I mean, he's not trying to lie. He's just trying to do his job. Sound familiar?
Okay, so he's being truthful. Okay.
You go, girl.
Okay.
Well, listen, I'm taking Ulaharis's advice to heart. I'm not trusting anybody, all right?
Speaking of, we should probably let him know
Let him know what.
that we caught dinner.
He had no idea that was a thing.
Yeah.
That was a
Mhm.
thing after he left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do it. I'll let him know.
Okay.
So what are you texting him?
We found out who was the culprit for the ruckus inside. And she's now in the interrogation security area.
Okay. I'll let you know if you get a response.
Cool.
Oh, by the way, Max, Ava, do either of you have your earpieces on you? By any chance?
Maybe.
Aren't we supposed to give those back?
Wait, we're supposed to get
Well-
those back.
You were never asked for them.
So I may have done a thing. A little impulsive, but I think I did a thing.
You?
Oh.
Also?
I'm going to motion for everyone to leave the door and I'm gonna bring everyone back to my room.
Okay.
Sure, bringing
If
everyone
they-
back to your room.
Yes.
Damn, she really wants that orgy now.
Oh my god!
Started with Daisy, and now it's the rest of the team. I'm just saying.
No! God damn it!
This is really way too intimate, even for me.
Gross.
Okay, so does everyone agree to go back to Iliama's room?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Max, is that a
Now I'm not so sure.
So, Max, is that a yes or no? I didn't hear. I didn't hear your response. Okay,
Mhm.
just making sure. Okay.
So once we're inside, I'm gonna close the door. So you know how we all receive those earpieces?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So while we were down in the hangar, Sony and I were watching one of the workers that were down there, particularly because while everyone else during the lockdown was helping and trying to stabilize the patients that were supposed to be outbound, this one person was the one who had gotten the call initially from Dr. Loretz about the lockdown, but they weren't helping. And we couldn't get into a position where it was good enough to be able to single anyone particularly out. So might have snuck up and put mine and Sony's earpieces into each one of the vans to see if either we could track it or listen in on anything. So just wanted to update you guys.
Okay.
Why?
Because I don't trust anyone in this damn place anymore. Any more than I already did, first of all. And I figured that if someone may have tried to sneak out, they would have snuck out in the excitement of what was going on over the last hour, 2, 3, 4 hours or so now. So I figure worst comes to worst, we could either be like, oh, sorry, lost the earpieces. Any chance that we could possibly track them because we might have dropped them outside while we were trading? Funny thing.
And then they get tracked and they find them to be in two separate ambulances who went to two separate places. Boy, how did they get there?
Well,
That's not outside training.
It was for the greater good.
you know, I'm sensing a lot of judgment.
And Sony itches away from Max just to show he's not under suspicion.
I
Throwing her
figured
under
that
the
it would be
bus.
something that we could help considering everything that we have learned in the last 4 or 5 hours has just absolutely flipped this place on its head. And we know that we can't trust anyone here.
The only thing that makes me question why, or not question, but makes me think that that's fruitless, is she wasn't really rushing towards the exit. We found her in the break room having coffee.
Right, and you don't think that there's others who might have maybe influenced Sen? Or influenced her? Or influenced anyone else in this agency?
Well, we can find out if somebody influenced Sen. Doesn't he have a tattoo like the rest of us?
Does, but did the nurse have a tattoo?
No.
We never checked or asked.
Didn't I look through her mind to see if she had a tattoo?
You looked through her mind to see if she had. That was one of your statements.
Mhm.
And the only connection you were able to find was her connection to Sen.
Okay. I was gonna say I remember asking specifically for a memory if she had a tattoo, but
That was one of your specifics.
okay.
Mm-hmm. So, end of the day, at the very least, we could potentially listen in if we deem it fit. But
And
I
how
just
how do we do that remotely?
I'll be honest, I didn't think that part through, but
Look,
I
she had a
figure
I mean, it's not a bad idea. We can always track and see where they're going, make sure that they're going to where they said they were going. That's fine.
Mhm.
Mildly paranoid, but considering that we just followed the prisoner transport up to the prison, I don't see why not.
Right. And maybe Ulaharis or Daisy or any number of people that we know at this point, or even Nico, if we manage to word it correctly, would be able to trace them for us, or at least give us an idea of who could do that.
And on that notion, Ava's phone is gonna buzz.
Probably the communications department.
isn't
That's
Daisy in the
very
same
true.
isn't Daisy in the same room as us right now, or is she
No.
somewhere?
No,
She went back to her
chose
own
to go
room.
back her own room.
Okay.
And we have no idea where that is.
All right,
So
you are
Ava-
flicking your tail like you pay rent. Stop
Ava,
it.
you get a text back from Ulaharis. And his text back says, "Thank you for the information. I'm currently busy with other things. I'll see if I can't get some face-to-face time with this person. Continue to report anything you can to me."
All right,
Very nice.
I'm gonna show it to the group.
Okay.
I don't trust him.
I
Do you trust
wish
anyone?
that I could. I wish that I could trust him, but I'm at this point taking his words to heart to not trust anyone. Because frankly, even though Sani has never directly lied to us, I can't even say that I necessarily trust him.
Boy, could you imagine if this was just one giant team building exercise?
I would fucking rage, and no one would stop me from smacking Loretz right in between his two fucking eyes. I swear
Oh,
to God.
I'd probably
did-
burn the building down.
He did set up that elaborate maze, house mansion maze to us.
Yes, but that was more to see if we could infiltrate without destroying everything we touch. Okay, all right. You have long lived your time on my desk. Thank you. Thank you for playing.
My boy!
I would
Um,
fill the void with another furry creature, but as you guys, cause she's lame.
Out.
She's done. She's had a day.
Mm-hmm. Oh, poor baby.
All right, so, given everything that you have,
Mhm.
you can see if see if the communications division has a way to track the earpieces. You can talk to
Mhm.
people about what you did. It's completely up to you. Everything is kind of out
Up in the air
open.
now.
Up in
Yeah.
the air is another good one.
I
So
know.
it's up to you guys.
I
The
know
rest of
one
the
thing that I
days-
wanted to do. Oh, sorry. There's a lag on my end. I really apologize.
No, it's fine. I was just saying the rest of the day is yours. There's no pressing issues right now.
Okay.
Sweet.
I felt the hairs on Sony's neck just go up like free time.
I know that what I wanted to do, is when I had first investigated Sen when he had come into the hospital, the only thing that remained of him was a lion's head belt buckle that I wanted to potentially try and research to see if I could find out if that will give a hint to his identity or who he worked for or anything like that.
Okay.
So I don't know where to go for that, but I would
Maybe you
like
should
to
talk
do
your
that.
team. Whoo, whoo.
Text Daisy. Hoo, hoo.
All good ideas.
You guys are so funny.
Although Max doesn't trust Daisy either, so I mean.
No, I know.
He's-
That bitch is the mole.
So she complimented your Batman outfit. How could you?
She never saw my Batman outfit.
yes. Oh no, she didn't see the outfit. She
No,
thinks
she
you are
didn't.
Batman.
Oh,
She just flat out thinks that Max is Batman. Persuade mocks among us.
So, I don't know what you guys want to do particularly, but something just dawned on me that when Sen had come into the hospital, the only piece that had survived whatever he had went through was a belt buckle in the shape of a lion's head. And I don't know if that strikes familiar to any of you, but I know that that is something that I potentially want to research.
Yes, Max.
Is that the only piece of clothing that survived?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Dungeon Master,
That is I.
would Max know that considering that it's the only piece of clothing that survived, that there's a chance it could be magical?
You could probably assume that, knowing that you are a arcane user. So I'm actually gonna ask for 2 rolls right now.
Yeah.
One from Max, which will be an Arcana check, and one for Ava as a history check, please.
I got a 13.
Your
And-
arcane knowledge is vast. You have done your research in your time, in your spare time, and you know that for something to survive an explosion that vast and be the only thing that survived, it would have to be kind of special and magical.
Magic.
What was your roll there, Ava?
10.
Good enough.
No, you can guide yourself.
Oh,
That was the DC.
are you lowering your DC considering how low I fucking rolled?
No. That is storytelling, ma'am.
Okay.
You would know this because it is part of the history you do remember, or part of your history that you do remember.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, Ava, given the part of your past that you know, there was a specific job you did, or a specific place you worked for, and they had allies in other guilds.
I know-
I'm sorry.
I need my notes.
Okay, I will give you a second.
Got him. Okay.
Okay, so I should also pull up something to make sure I'm quoting the right one. So you would know that in your time with the guild, you, man, I was too far back. In your time with the guild, you knew that there were 2 other primary guilds that not were allied, but were known throughout the land that you guys had worked with, knew more of, and one of them was very ostentatious, so they liked being a little flashy on their jobs. The Fangs of Liberty, Rogues Guild, liked leaving a lion head at the site of a successful job.
Shit.
What?
Okay. Would I know if they've made their way into this world?
So you have not had contact with your guild since you got here, besides what you and I talked about.
Yeah.
So you would not know, within the past year, the location of where different guilds spread.
Okay.
I will say you would remember that you being here wasn't exactly a guild request. It was more of an allowance, I guess.
Okay.
Kind of a long leash.
All right. I will let my team know.
Can you repeat that last part, please? You cut
I'm
out.
going to let my team know all of those information.
Okay, so you guys were just told that a guild, a thieves guild from the other side, called the Fangs of Liberty, left a lion's head as their calling card back in Mistfida.
So either this belt buckle belonged to Sen or it was left by someone of this guild.
Either or, yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
It's either that or the final boss just got a huge army size up.
Well, I mean, I feel like that was happening regardless because even Matari was concerned about that.
Who the hell are the Fangs of Liberty?
Can you repeat that?
I said, who the hell are the Fangs of Liberty? What do they do?
Another flashy rogue guild.
Another flashy rogue guild? So there's more than one?
There's 3.
And they are...
Do you want me to repeat them to you?
No, I have them. I'm just
Okay. I wanted to
wondering
make
if
sure.
if Ava wants to say everything just yet.
Mm-hmm.
Does she?
She's thinking.
It's up to her. Yeah. Yeah. She'll let us know if she wants to.
Although while we're waiting for Ava,
Mhm.
Sony, roll me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Pity.
Hmm.
Shit!
What was it?
Nat 20
Okay,
plus
never mind.
3. Nat 23.
Okay,
Or-
never mind. Don't worry about it. Forget I
What?
said anything.
Oh, what is happening?
What's going on?
Don't worry about it.
This never ends well for me. I don't like it.
My favorite saying.
Well, the other 2 are not as flashy, but this one is.
This one is super flashy. One of them is and one of them is. Just
Yeah.
mm.
So they're not as flashy as Fangs of Liberty.
What do you mean by flashy? Like, Fangs of Liberty specifically goes out of the way to let people know what they're doing? Okay.
After the fact, yeah. They
And
leave
who
that.
are the other 2?
Sam, check your phone. You guys keep going.
Well, the other one, I don't really know much about, but I was in the most secretive one, so I'd like to keep it that way, if you don't mind, for now at least.
Okay, what's the name of the other one that you're not a part of?
The other one is Unseen Greed.
Do you think that either of these 2 would go along with the Wicked One? If they were paid enough?
I mean, anything is possible if you put the right price on it.
Right.
What's yours?
Sam, check your phone.
Now I'm curious. What's happening?
I'm asking him a
Mhm.
question. That's all.
Okay.
Would Andrew, would Max have shared with myself and Sony about the shadow between Sen and Lena? So
Les.
whatever her name
Les.
was? Les.
I believe
Yeah.
I believe it was shared over the mind link last time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only other question that I have is also how a comatose patient suddenly is able to seemingly be compelled and compel others with shadow magic. Hold on, I gotta look at something too. Hold on, Because I wonder if I wrote that down from our very first session.
To quote one of my DMs, because magic is bullshit. No, I love magic and everything about it. It's okay.
I don't remember if I asked last session. Did the shadow that crept between them look similar to other forms of magic that I've seen?
I know exactly what you're asking about, and it is. There is a very big difference. The one you're referring to
Uh-huh.
has a little bit more of that like arcane like glow behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little more substance, I guess. What you saw was very much like shadow and like subtle magic. Like I don't want it to. I'm trying not to like differentiate power difference, just the general vibe of it.
Okay.
DM.
That is me.
Yes. So I remember because I have it written down in my notes from session 1 that we played when we first met. What's her face? At the time, I had wrote gravity magic question mark. But would I, knowing what I know now, be able to infer what kind of magic she was actually using at the time?
So what you used or what you saw, if I'm thinking about what you're referring to correctly, is the fact that she was levitating and everything around her seemed to be like being pushed
cracking.
down. You have not seen anything even remotely like it since. And I will say this just as a point of order. Towards the beginning of the campaign, you also said that you would be spending time doing like research and looking for signs of her and everything. And with everything that's been going on, you have specifically diverted Ileana's attention to other aspects. So I will say that your research of it has also been lessened and your focus would have gone somewhere else as well.
Okay.
Because most times you tend to have a different focus.
So in order to answer that, I would have to look more into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
Which is
been
fine.
a while.
I just wanted to double check. It's been a while. No, I just wanted to double check, just partially for role play reasons, partially for everything else. So just wanted to double check.
No, it's fine. I'm very happy you're referring back to notes from session 1. That's great. And for everyone
Trying to
watching, this was
connect
like
dots.
3 or 4 sessions before the live stream. So things that you guys didn't get to experience, but will one day experience, hopefully. We'll see.
Okie dokies.
Okay. So, at this point, you have all talked about the different clues from different points of investigation. As I said, there is no pressing issue at the moment. All the jobs you've been given are done. You have registered yourself for the tournament that is starting the next day. So the rest of the day is yours to do with as you wish. If you guys would like to just go off and do your own things, we can do that. If you'd like to do more moving forward as a team, we can do that. I'll kind of leave that up to you guys to decide where we go from here, because there is a couple things that are going to happen. My English is so out the window right now. There are things that are going to happen as time moves. So I need to know from you guys what you are doing. This way I can let you know canonically what's going on.
Okay.
Not canonically, chronologically, I guess would be the better word.
I know Ileana at this point, just hearing of the just between Sen and then Les would want to do research into possible arcane practices that could either possess or compel people to another's whim or will. So that's definitely something I want to do. Just speaking above table, if anyone else would like to join me, you are welcome. But that is what Ileana will be doing at some point.
Okay.
We're I'm sorry to pull a Sony, but Sony really wants to go back to the workshop since the tournament is tomorrow. He wants to do some preparation just to make sure we're all set. Like, there's no like things missing.
No.
What?
That also might be
Oh,
something
no.
that also might be something Ileana wants to remember. Matari is in there too. Whoo, whoo.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's aware.
Just remember. Just
I'm
reminding
aware
you
of
guys.
that.
It's been 2 or 3
Yeah.
sessions, so I'm just doing a reminder.
Yeah. I wrote it down on purpose.
I would hope as the note taker you're writing down a lot of things.
Well, as far as what Ileana knows. So
One of the note takers, I should say.
yeah, I was gonna say there are probably better note takers than me, but
Not better,
Anyway.
but we're a few taking notes.
yeah.
And that's always good. That keeps me on my toes because it makes me have to make sure I remember everything properly. Otherwise, I'm gonna get called out on this shit.
Not to mention, not to mention, Max is a glorified rules lawyer, so we could just use the lawyer powers with the note takers, and it's just like, oh man, DM's gonna have
That's
a bad
no,
day.
that's just Andrew.
And you
That
know
is
what?
just
That's good
Andrew.
too.
No, that's what Sam means. He just could never remember my fucking name.
Oh my god,
He met you as Max, to be fair.
Yeah.
Andrew, hello, sir. It's good to see you.
Just to put this out there, because I don't think I said this in episode 1. Almost no one here knew each other when I brought everyone together for this campaign. It was just kind of like, hey, you want to play? Hey, you want to play? Hey, you want to play? Okay, let's go. So
It's basically like DM Tavern introductions, session 0 in IRL.
basically, I did have a session 0 where I went, hey guys, you don't know each other, but we're gonna play a game. So, but regardless,
Do you want to play a game?
Oh,
and
good,
y'all said yes. That's the worst part. Y'all
Good
said
warn-
yes.
good warning. Don't watch all the Saw series like consecutively, not non-stop, or else you will throw up.
Do you want to play a game?
I've never watched any of them, so
Oh, I watched saw 1 through 7 consecutively in college.
Nice.
How's your
Alright.
gut? How's
we will
how's-
talk about that later. Because right now
Yeah.
we have a
I'm-
game to play.
I'm going to send a meme in chat that will explain to you how my gut felt.
Okay.
Perfect.
One of these days, I do
but
have
yeah.
to put our chat up in the stream,
I
so people
No,
see
you
the
don't.
insanity
No.
that goes on.
You don't need
No,
to.
you guys don't.
You
You
really
guys do
don't
not
need
want to
to.
see that. Promise, you don't want to see it.
Mhm.
No, they need to at some point because they need to realize why in the middle of DMing I look left and go, "Oh my god."
Oh no, screw you, dude.
Exactly. So, see what I mean? All right.
Anyway,
So, we have one person saying they want to go do some research. One person being themselves. Ava,
Yep.
Max.
Question for the DM.
That's what I'm here for.
If I go and do research in the computer lab, could that also count as a short rest, or is that too strenuous an activity?
That is your active.
That's active. Okay. Okay.
So let me put it to you this way: a short rest is considered an hour.
Uh-huh.
If you were to bring up like a documentary on something and watched it full, I'd say that was a short rest.
Okay.
If you're actively searching, then no. That's where I'll have like my line.
Okay. Okay. I'm still gonna go to the computer lab, but okay.
Okay. All right, Ava, you are the last one. Where would Ava go right now?
Should probably go outside in one of the fields with Dogo.
Okay. Okay. So we have 4 people going in 4 directions. The bane of my
Oh.
existence. Everyone roll me an initiative roll.
Gee, because we ever go to the
Oh
same
my god,
together.
are you kidding me?
I'm
gonna
a
get
fucking
Sam to
guide
roll the nat
myself. Why
20.
not?
It is an ability check. All right, hold up. So,
Awesome.
one at a time. Ava, what'd you got?
16.
16. Ileana, you got a 3. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Max?
7.
Okay. So
7.
Ava, Max, Ileana. Sony?
Numeral dress.
Número 3. Ooh, rollies. Ileana and Sony.
Okay.
Oh, the 30-21.
Yeah,
we-
mine-
no,
mine's a 10.
rollies is just a flat roll.
Oh, okay. 19.
Okay.
10.
So it goes Ava, Max, Sony, Ileana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, Ava, you go outside with your dire wolf, your doggo.
Mhm.
What do? You going for a walk? You just thinking through things? What is it you're doing?
She's going to just sit in the field with paper, a pen, and jot down some things in Thiefscant.
Ooh. Okay, is this something you want to message me on the side about, or do you want to say it?
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay, so I will await that. So, is this something you're just gonna sit and think about and write out? Like, how long do you plan on spending on this task, or are you
Might
just
do
like
that-
taking your time?
She might do that for like an hour. And then ask if she can send a letter.
Okay, that's what I thought you were gonna do. Who are you
Mhm.
asking?
I'm just gonna text Daisy.
You're gonna
See if
text
she
Daisy.
knows how to send a letter on the other side.
Okay. Oh, to the other side.
Yeah.
To Miss Vida. Okay. So Daisy will respond to you. It's a little complicated to send to the other side. It is possible, but we have to have confirmation from the doctor himself.
Okay. What about just to the human world?
She'll respond again. To the human world is easy.
Okay.
You just give it to her.
Okay. I'll be there in a few with a letter.
She'll say, "I'm still in my room. Where do you want to meet?"
Where's her room? Is it on the 8th?
She
Seventh floor?
specifically told you guys that her room is on a floor you can't access.
That doesn't tell us where.
Correct.
Okay.
Remember, she's the doctor's
Mhm.
granddaughter.
Yeah.
She has some special permissions in this building.
Yeah. I'm going to tell her if she wants to join me. I'm sitting outside in the field.
She'll send a text back and say, "That sounds like a good idea." So with that, I'm going to head to Max. So Max, you are going to the computer lab.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Max is going to try and search the internet for a few things.
Okay.
First is going to be Thieves' Guilds, mainly the 2 that I have the names for.
Are you searching them specifically, or are you just searching Thieves Guilds and seeing what comes up?
I'd probably go Thieves' Guilds Misfira first, see what comes up, if anything at all.
Okay.
If nothing comes up, I will type in the names and see what happens.
Okay. I would like an investigation check from you.
17.
With a 17. Okay. Then I have to make a roll real quick. And do. Okay. So, I'll say with that, your first attempt to look up Thieves Guild's Misfira will not come up with much. You will get a page or two talking about sightings of Fangs of Liberty. So you will get like sighting stuff like in tabloids. They're just like they're pictures of a lion's head that's either burned into a wall or painted on a desk or like in various forms, but it's always the same icon, the same design, the same everything, just in different locations. And it will always be at the site of some kind of event. None of the events like link up, so it'll be a robbery, it'll be a kidnapping, it'll be like on the other side of it, you'll see like people, like wanted people being hung up on like outside the police station with the logo drawn behind them. It'll be like people stopped in the middle of a robbery. Like nothing seems to link up. There is no MO, there is no nothing. It's just different events with this symbol.
Is it a specific symbol, or are they using just any random lion heads?
It's a specific lion's head symbol.
Okay.
And in fact, I will ask you what your passive investigation is.
11.
Okay, then that's all you get from that. Going into searching them up directly. Searching up the Fangs of Liberty, you will find the same kind of tabloid stuff. You'll see like fan pages on different social media of people who are like roaming the country looking for these symbols. Like they hear about a sighting and they'll go to the place, they'll take a picture, and there's full Instagram pages of just where they found the different symbols and what event took place there. It's never any like first-hand accounts. It's always people roaming, just searching. The other one, Unseen Greed, will be more of rumor pages, which is it's more of people think it exists. It's one of those things where there's never been proof. There's never been any sightings. It's just, hey, did you hear about this? I think I heard about that. No, I heard, my friend told me about that. Hey, he swears he saw that. You know, it's one of those things.
And is there any mention of a third?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna actually do more research into shadow magic.
Okay. Is there one specifically you're looking for, or are you just searching shadow magic in general?
I would like to research the possibility of being able to either use somebody as like a physical vessel, like from another place, to
Okay.
and cast through that vessel, or oh God, how do I say this? God, I can't even think of the wording right now. My brain is just
I'll tell you what. Why don't I move on to Sony and you get exactly what you're looking for, and when I come back around to you, you can tell me what specifics you're looking for.
Sure.
Sony,
Yes.
I already know where you're going.
All right. I head to the workshop. It's not destroyed like in the explosion, right? It's like still
No.
intact. All right.
So when you get there, you'll see like there were things that were knocked over, and you will see that the only thing that doesn't look moved even a little bit is the table that has the hard light stuff on it. Like you see Nico put something over the table that's still there. That's like covering it and keeping it in almost a stasis so it doesn't move. Everything else was like moved. Some things knocked over, but not on the floor, just like fell on their shelf. Jeff himself is just kind of like taking everything into account, making sure everything stayed pretty safe. And Nico is just kind of at his desk doing some kind of paperwork.
All right. Okay. You guys okay from the explosion?
Yeah, what the hell you think? You think we're not prepared for something stupid like this? People are stupid. We deal with it.
All right. You guys are okay. Where did Matari go?
Nico will look up and go, right now he's upstairs with the doctor taking into account some things that I guess you found and some other people have found and working on something. He said he'd be back and that we could just keep working on his gift, as he calls it. And now that you're back, we can do that. He'll stand up and walk over to the table.
Okay. Just before that, can I just get an hour to myself real quick?
I guess. I'm kind of, I'd like to keep working on this, but I guess.
It's just gonna be one hour. That's all I'm asking for. Or if you want, I could stay here a little bit late and then work on it after we finish the hard light. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
Or you could use the pocket workshop I gave you to work on it on not office hours, wherever you want.
What I'm trying to work on, I need to use the metal. That's why. So unless you have a furnace in the back pocket that can fit inside the pocket.
Last I checked, your designs weren't even finished yet. What are you using the metal for?
Got him.
There's because of the tournament, I actually need to readjust one of my other pistols to equip itself with the other modules. So
Oh. Well, why didn't you say so? That's different. Okay.
but wait,
Hurry up.
I only have one module, so it wouldn't make sense. Although you know what? Yeah, I'll use the hour. Better to do it now than later.
Okay. So you're going to do what you told me before. You're going to just equip the second pistol to be able to fit the modules like the first?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you take that hour. It's like you literally put your other pistol up in its hold, and you just like go back and forth. You're like, okay, how do I do it? I do it this way, and then you're literally following your own design and your own notes. This pistol even looks nicer than the other one. Roll me a dexterity check with your Tinker's tools. So I believe that is dex plus your proficiency bonus.
Where do I find my proficiency bonus?
I believe that is a let me see, I can probably check for you.
It is
It's
at
a
the
plus
top
2,
of your
right?
character sheet, and it should be +2. Should be
Oh.
right next to your scores. Your
Oh, the +2 on top of the 15. Hello?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I
Let me-
thought it froze.
Did you-
Yeah, on your character sheet there's a +2 that says proficiency bonus.
So the viewers on watching this stream, I'm still new to this, so please bear in mind.
It's fine.
if you look at the top of your thing where it's got strength, dexterity, constitution,
Oh, okay.
charisma, and then right next to that on the right hand side is proficiency bonus.
Oh, okay. So I rolled a 16, and I have +2 on dexterity and +2 on proficiency. So is that a 20?
22.
It's a 22.
That's a 22.
Wait,
That's
No,
20. It's
I'm dumb. It's 20.
16 plus 2 is 18 plus
Yeah.
2, 20.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, yeah.
So yeah, there we go. So a 20 total.
Yes.
Um,
Woohoo!
so, just so you know, Zenny, I got your message with the letter.
Cool.
Okay. So with your mod 20, it does not take long. So your original pistol, the one you worked with for the month to adjust it and make it compatible with the modules that you were working on, that you were inventing.
We'll call that pistol A, and we'll call the other one pistol B, just to make it
You
easier.
actually had a name for your pistol, if you remember.
No, that was the module, not the pistol.
You had a name for your pistol too, if I remember. Regardless, your original pistol,
Don't all boys.
yeah, maybe. Your original pistol, the way it's modded, the different components you built into it, it looks kind of crude. Like the way you built it, it's efficient, but it doesn't look the nicest. Like it was your first attempt at doing this. And over time, I'm sure you would like smooth out some of the edges, but it still looks a little rough. This new one, as you're working on it and basically replicating your module slots and everything, looks very nice. Like you know what you're doing now. The metal all seems to fit together well. It's pretty nice the way it's all smooth and looks together. So you now have, after the hour of working on it, both pistols now are able to fit the modules that you build. And you, knowing Sony, would check with the module you built and connect it to both pistols, and it fits perfectly into both.
Sweet. All right, let's get started on that hard light.
Okay. So then you will move forward, and you will, you and Nico will start working on the hard light notation. Let's move on to Ileana then.
Had to unmute myself.
That is fine.
So I think instead, because I'm assuming that the information center is probably still a hot mess,
Correct.
from Sen throwing it all apart, and probably the library too. But that's where I'm gonna start, is the library.
Okay. So you have not been to the library since your encounter with Sen. You do know that's where he
Nope.
was when you guys encountered him, officially.
Mm-hmm.
It's where he jumped out of. And as you get there, all the books are in boxes, basically. And you see several agents picking stuff up off the floor, you know, still kind of, it's like 90% there. The shelves themselves have been readjusted and realigned and back where they're supposed to be. It looks like all of the like big furniture parts of the library are back in order, but nothing has been restocked or reorganized yet.
Okay. Is there specific shelves, like you know how like in like bookstores and libraries there are certain aisles for certain categories of information? Is there certain ones that look like they are more in disarray compared to other ones? Like as if Sen was looking for specific information?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Okay, come on, baby. 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 total?
Okay. So you will see that most of the aisles seem to be all the same. You know, all the
Okay.
books are being placed in boxes. Nothing seems to be damaged or anything. And especially now that all the furniture has been realigned, you can't really tell. There is one box 3 aisles from the right that seems to have books that were not burned, but like there's some kind of searing to them, like some like it's there's some it's almost like there's soot or like ash on them, but you can't really tell. It looks slightly different. The box is full of them, so it's not like there's specifics. There's just some in this one particular aisle, and there's no signs up. It's just
Okay.
aisles.
I'm gonna walk over to that box to start. My attention slightly deviated from what I came in here for, but I want to check that box to see if I can get an idea of the type of books that they are, as well as if there's a specific genre to them.
Okay. As you go to walk up to the box, an agent is going to step in your way and go, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! What are you doing?"
Looking at the box of books.
This is this is a cleanup crew. We are investigating what happened here. We can't have you meddling with anything until we've thoroughly checked everything. This is not
I mean-
open to the public right now.
Wonderful. I could tell you what happened. The comatose patient came in here, was compelled to come in here to look for information, and destroyed half the place.
We know that. Thank you, Einstein. This is more of we are going to figure out why these books look different than the rest. That is our job.
Okay, well, what kind of books are they, if you don't mind me asking?
We haven't checked yet. That's why they're sitting in the box. We're going to take them back, and we're going to look at them, and we're going to figure out what's different and what's going on. We're just finishing up collecting everything to make sure what's going on. Not even the librarian is let back in here yet. Okay? So you want to come back later and ask questions, we can let you do that, but not right now.
Okay. And I'm going to wait until he turns around to leave to see if he's going to continue watching me.
How long do you wait?
I'm going to wait a few minutes just to see if he turns around to go back to what he was doing, but I'm going to slowly, very slowly inch my way to the door, but keeping an eye on him.
He is going to stand there and stare you down.
Okay, then I'll leave.
So, yeah. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna act like I leave, but can I peek my head back in to see? I'm gonna wait 10 minutes to see if he's still standing in the exact same spot,
where do you go to wait that 10 minutes?
just outside the door.
Just outside the door?
Not
Okay.
not in visual frame of the door, on the side of the door, so that it looks like I left. But I just want to see something. I want to see if
45 seconds after you walk out the door and lean up against the wall to wait, an agent is placed at the door. And we'll just he won't even look at you. He'll just stand in the doorway, cross his arms, and look forward.
Well, fuck. I am going to instead then text Max to see if he could get me into the computer lab.
So at this point, this would be right about as you got through your first round of research.
Mm-hmm.
So do you have a response to this? Or are you even checking your phone?
Yeah, I would probably just say, I'll meet head up.
Okay.
Okay, I will do so, and when I get to the door, I will text Max that I am outside.
I will open the door.
Okay, so Max gets up from the station he's working at and lets you in. You're now able to walk freely through.
Thank you. They apparently have closed down the library and are sorting through the books that Sen may or may not have been looking at.
Well, at least they're quick about it.
Yes. It was interesting though. There was only one box of books that had soot all over it, or at least what looked like soot. But they've placed someone at the door, and now I can't get back in.
What do you mean soot?
It is a box of books that look like they have a soot-like material. It's not. They don't necessarily look damaged, but they look like they have ash on them. and I can't get back in because not only is the gentleman on the cleanup crew being a dick, but he has placed an agent at the door to prevent anyone from wandering in.
I really need a counter up for NPCs that Leanna doesn't like.
I was-
really do.
It's a consistent thing. She's an abrasive girl.
You really think everyone's a dick, don't you?
Well, most of them are when, you sit there and you just are looking around and they immediately have an attitude. I wasn't even trying to have an attitude this time. I was actually trying to be quite pleasant.
Okay, what did you say?
Well, I went to go look at the books. Sorry. I went to go look at the books. And he abruptly stopped me in a way that most men just have the audacity. And promptly told me that the library was closed, and when I asked what type of genre the books were to try and maybe get an idea, he all but told me that that's what they're in the process of looking at, and that the library is closed and come back later. But it wasn't what he said, it was how he said it. And then had the audacity to politely tell me that they were trying to figure out what happened. I told him what happened, and he was like, yeah, and then called me Einstein. Don't even know who the fuck that is. But I didn't like the way he said it.
Einstein is a scientific genius from, and I will air quote the word genius. So he was probably saying that sarcastically.
Oh, no, I got that. I definitely got that. It's one thing I am fluent in.
I've noticed.
I see that face, Sonny.
So you walked into an area that was torn apart, where all the books would be thrown apart, and then you demanded that you should be able to get a look through these.
I demanded nothing. Hold on. No. I demanded nothing. And even then, as a member of the information department, it would make sense that I'd be on the floor anyway.
Okay, but these higher up agents than you said that they were doing cleanup and they were doing investigations into what happened in here, and you just want. But I should be able to look at this. Who are you to tell me no?
It's not even what happened.
Who had the audacity?
He had the audacity, Max. Jesus, Mary.
I don't know. Sounds like the privilege of a rich kid.
I'm just going to ignore that you said that because I don't know what that's like. And I'm going to walk away from him to a computer that is not in use.
Question for the dungeon master. If I leave, will she get in trouble?
If you leave the computer lab,
Yeah.
fuck around and find out.
No, because I got more research to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So rude. And with that, I would like to do research, or as much as I can, in the computer lab. I was hoping to get into the library because I would hope that they would have more like specific volumes about this, but I want to look into arcane means that would allow one person to compel or instill another's will into a subject.
So essentially,
And
the two of you
then-
are looking at the same thing, but
Yep, but no communication to it.
but
Absolutely.
zero communication. Sounds about right for this party. Okay, roll me an investigation check, and then we're going to move back to Zenny.
That's a dirty 20, 18 on the die.
Okay, I will come back to you. Ava.
I.
After waiting a little bit, Daisy will join you outside in the by the clearing.
Nice.
Are you just chilling, like sitting on the grass, or?
Chilling
Yep.
like a villain.
Yes, chilling like a villain.
Sure, why not?
Plot twist: Ava's the BBEG.
Called it.
So Daisy comes and sits next to you and goes, "Wow, I haven't sat outside in a long time." And she's just looking up at the trees.
That's not a good sign.
And she'll look at you and go, "Oh, you had something you wanted to send, right?"
Yes. I'm going to give her.
Okay.
Hello.
Because unless you stopped at like somewhere to pick up an envelope and like some kind of mail supplies, I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it's just the paper folded up.
No, I would have stopped somewhere to grab.
Okay. So she's gonna take the envelope and she's gonna say, "Okay, just to reiterate to you what I told Ileana once, this has to be read through to make sure everything is clear and you're not like sending out messages about us or anything. So you understand that, right?"
Mhm.
Okay. Then I am going to, because it's you guys, I'll be the one to check it. And I'll make sure we can, it can be sent. And then I'll let you know when it gets sent. Okay.
Okay.
And she'll just like put it in her pocket and go, "I don't think I'm gonna go just yet though. This is nice. I like outside."
Yeah. Also, you can just open it right here and read it if you want.
Okay.
If
Sure.
you need specifics, I can give them to you.
Wouldn't just reading it give me specifics?
It's in Thieves' Cant. Can you read that?
She's gonna be completely lost and go, "It's in what? What's that?"
It's a way of communication between thieves, rogues. I'm just trying to get information about maybe if they know anything about the Black Tide, anything about maybe the Pawfoots, and
Do you, whoa.
mostly giving them news about myself because that's my
You
family.
had her up until Pawfoot. I have to make another roll.
All right.
Okay, she's good. Okay. So what you're gonna see is as you're talking, as you start to talk about rogues and the fact that you wrote in Thieves' Cant, you're gonna see her eyes her eyes are gonna open a little bit and then she's gonna relax a little bit. She remembered knowing a little bit about you being in a thieves guild because it's one of the only things anyone ever knew about you to begin with. And then the second you say Pawfoot, she's gonna go, "What? And she's not gonna get overly excited. She's gonna look at you and go, What's a Pawfoot? Isn't that?" She's gonna point to the paw on the direwolf and go, "Isn't that a paw? I don't."
Yeah,
Pawfoot?
I'm also trying to figure out who they are and if maybe I'm linked to someone from that group
What would
because
make you think that?
because I have an understanding of animals around me and it's weird. Like I
Okay.
know what if he's willing to communicate anything to me, I'll be able to know if he's uncomfortable or it's weird. For me, it's really weird.
So
And that group has come up a few times in conversations, and I'm just wondering what the fuck is up with that.
so she's gonna like scoot closer to you real quick, and she's gonna say, "Okay, 2 questions.
Mhm.
Who brought it up in conversation?" And she's gonna lean in real close and go,
Mhm.
"Are you like the Aquaman of dogs?"
Oh boy.
If you guys haven't realized, Daisy
Aquaman?
is a gigantic DC nerd.
Yeah. So, first,
Had to have one.
I don't. Oh, Matari. Matari was the one to mention them first, and
Oh.
then who's Aquaman?
So, mentioning Matari, she's gonna go, oh, okay, well, Dr. Lorette seems to really trust him. Okay, that's fine. And then she's gonna whip out her phone and pull up a web page that she already had up, and pull up a whole thing on Aquaman and just
Nice.
nerd the fuck out, just
Cool.
talking about who Aquaman is to you.
Nice.
And I mean, like, if you don't stop her, she'll go for an hour.
I think Ava would actually be interested and just keep going with the conversation.
Okay.
whole
Okay,
tangent.
so after her outburst of nerddom, she'll pull out the letter and go, okay, wait, and she'll like very carefully open the envelope and pull it out, and she'll open it, and she'll like look at the writing, and she'll go, wow, I've never seen anything like this. This is interesting. This is a language?
Yep.
Is this something you can teach me?
I might be able to, yeah.
Because if I see this again, it'd be nice to be able to read it, especially given my profession. It'd be nice to know that. Maybe at some point you could teach me?
Sure.
Okay. And then she's gonna like lay it flat and just go, first though, I need you to tell me what this says.
Okay.
You don't have to read it out loud if you want to. We can either say you read it and I'll just have you explain it to her, or you can actually read it, whichever you want.
I can just explain to her.
Okay, so you're gonna take your time and explain to her everything that's written. Okay.
Yeah.
With that, I'm gonna jump to Sony. Oh wait, no, Max was next. Yeah.
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 It's
Okay,
Max,
Max.
and then
So Max, you after calling Ileana on her bullshit, you go back to your computer, and I'm gonna say because you were interrupted mid investigation, I'm gonna ask you to roll a new investigation check for your new set of investigation, your new set of research.
Sorry.
If I was him, I'd say it was well worth it. I don't know.
Guidance.
Guidance.
17.
Okay. I just want you to know, by
Ew.
the way, just about every spellcaster I've made in the last month, I've made sure had guidance, just from this campaign. Okay, so I'm sorry. Repeat the number.
17.
17. So you're looking up shadow magic. You wanted to give me specifics, yeah?
How did Sen pass a shadow on to Les? Did Sen do it? Was he compulsed or dominated? Was the Black Tide lady involved in this? Basically trying to figure out what exactly happened, what I saw.
Okay. So, given Max's history with magic and how detail oriented he is, I'll say you just from the way you've described magic in the past. Just gonna go from an artist's perspective. I'll say that's probably how you would word your search.
Mm-hmm.
And what you'll get is a lot of it's speculation more than anything. You're going to get a lot of web pages of people trying to debunk and disprove that dark magic exists. And in a lot of the articles, it's just a lot of angry people saying angry things about, things they don't understand. But you being a
Internet?
No.
exactly, you being a social media presence that you are, or the influencer that you are, you would know that comments are a big part of an article. And as you start looking through the comments, there's a lot of people that start arguing back and talking about how certain rituals have been discussed, have been studied, and certain groups have been found that claim to know shadow magic, that know dark magic. The Black Tide themselves will be brought up as a group that has that has laid claim to the knowledge of dark magic. You will know that some people even refer to your specific incident as dark magic because, from an outsider's perspective, the magic that was shown in the city that night had a very dark tint to it. And that's what you'll find given your search. There will not be any specific lead to how things like that are done, just that it exists and it's out there and groups have claimed to be able to do it.
Okay. My non-normal functioning brain is going to kind of hyperfixate on the New York explosion.
Okay.
And I want to see if there's any videos online from like an outside perspective of the explosion happening.
Okay. So there will only be one video you're going to find.
Mhm.
And what it is, it's one of those YouTube videos that when you play it, it's someone who had recorded another video that they found. So you'll even see like the mouse go over to hit the play button after starting it. And
Mhm.
it's super low quality. Like the pixelation is insane. And what it'll be is someone who was up on a high building and they were like focused on the sky, and as a light appears from underneath, the camera will super like quick snap down, and which makes it even more blurry. So it's like videos of Bigfoot blurry.
Mhm.
And as it focuses back in, the light will have almost this dark not ball but like surface within it that expands as the light grows, basically.
Is it a ball of light that's growing, or is it a ball of dark that's growing?
No, it's a column of light with a ball of dark.
Okay. Does the ball of dark look like something I've seen before?
By the time the video focuses in, it's grown to a point of it's just like think the way your what's the spell you used? Shadowblade.
Shadowblade.
How it starts. How like it forms in your hand and then forms into the sword.
Mhm.
Think of it like that, except instead of forming into a specific shape, the ball expands and almost erupts. So similar magic, uncontrolled, I would say.
Okay.
And I do say similar, not exactly.
Okay. All right. If that's the only only video that I can find, Max will probably just get up and leave.
That is it. Okay. So, as you leave, someone from the front desk in the computer lab is going to call it and go, excuse me, didn't you come in with her? Doesn't she have your access to being here?
Yes.
So, if you're leaving, she has to leave too. Or you have to stay to watch her. Either way.
Fine.
So you go sit by Ileana?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the person at the front desk will just calmly go back to what she's doing. Just kind of look at you, make sure you go sit back down, and then go back to their work. Okay. Let's go to Sony. Has anything changed? You're still working solely on the hard light device.
No, other than a pistol, Sony would think he's ready for the tournament tomorrow, and he's just helping Nico with this hard light situation right now.
Well, that's what I said. So that's all you're working on.
Yep.
Okay.
Should I
So
roll for it?
no, you don't have to roll anything because you're assisting Nico.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna say is this: because of how much time has already been put into this, it's getting to the point where Nico is going to stop. And after the last piece has been cataloged, he's going to look at you and say, I think I have everything I need. and he's going to collect all the notes that you have written, like of the different pieces and everything, and put it into like a nice pile. He'll not stable, but like one of those big black clips. He'll put one of those on top and
Mhm.
throw it to his desk. And he'll say, "Okay, do you think you are capable of putting this back, given how much time we've worked on it, or do you need my help?"
I think it's better to be safe than sorry, so I would like your help if that's possible.
Okay, because I think it would be beneficial if one of us put it back together and the other did some other work, because now it's just putting it back. So if
Um,
you think you're not capable, maybe I will put it back
Question-
together and maybe you can do something else for me.
Question for the DM.
Yes.
If I did put it back together, would that decrease the time it will take me to build another one since I already know how to put it together? Or is this is just a choice pro quo?
It's possible.
Actually, Sony feeling confident now after knowing how all this works. He looks at Nico and says, "On second thought, I think I can do this. I think I can do this. Why don't you go catalog the blueprints together? I'll put this together for Matari."
I'll tell you what, because I'm a nice guy. Jeff, help. Get over here. Help him out. You have some of my knowledge. Help him out. Jeff's gonna like throw the clipboard he had in his hand. And go, oh my god! I gotta do everything around here.
I'm not getting,
He's-
I'm not, I'm not getting
Go ahead.
that speed boost, am I?
So Jeff's gonna come up. He's gonna lift himself up, and he's going to go, okay, here's what's going on. I'm gonna watch you, and every time you make a mistake, I'm gonna yell at you like you're fucking idiot. Okay? Okay. Go ahead.
Gordon, Gordon Ramsay on my ass, but okay.
That guy with the no. He's angry for different reasons. Okay? I'm angry just because I'm angry. You want to know why I'm angry? Ask the big fucker over there. I don't know what else to tell you. He's gonna say, "Come on, I don't have all day. Start up." And Nico, with a little chuckle, is gonna walk away and go back to his desk. Sam, I need a dexterity check plus your proficiency bonus again. We're gonna use your Tinker's Tools again.
14.
14. Why are you saying that depressed?
I don't think it's enough.
You beat my DC.
Yeah!
So, I had 2 DCs for this. There was doing it successfully without a fuck up, doing it efficiently and fast. Okay? You passed the first, not quite enough for the second.
That's
So-
okay.
It is going to take you the rest of the day.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay. Now roll me a wisdom check, please. Or not wisdom, intelligence, I'm sorry.
Okay. I got a 9.
Okay. Okay. As you're going through, you are trying to not only put this piece of very important equipment back together, which all that you can think of right now is what would happen if you fucked this up. What would Matari say? What would Ileana do to you? What would Nico do to you? You know, that's all that's going through your head. Now, it's not shaking your confidence. You are steady, you are very careful. You're making sure every piece of equipment is sturdy, every screw is tight, everything is right where it needs to be. Unfortunately, because of that, your memory as you're going isn't sticking as well as you'd hope. Now I didn't say it didn't all stick. I just said it's not sticking as much as you'd hope. So some parts you're like, "Oh, that makes sense. This would go with this. This would connect to this." Just because you have experience. some of the other stuff is not sticking as well. So there's some things that you're like, that's weird, but it's making it stay. So, okay. And Jeff is not yelling at you at all. He's more looking at you going, huh, more capable than I would have given you credit for. Fine. Keep going. Don't screw up. So when we get to the point that you have the material, the time, that I will tell you if you get a bonus or not. But right now you're not sure if that would if you could correctly recall every bit.
CJ, I know you gave me these dice, but I'm seriously considering throwing this D20 in a hydraulic press right now.
You and I, this Saturday coming up, this was the day we set. We're going to Battlegrounds, and we're getting you a new set that you are picking out. Okay.
You must treat your dice kindly.
It's not treating me kindly first.
To be fair, I didn't treat that set kindly when I had it.
Oh, this is yours!
So you gave him bad juju dice, and you should feel bad about it.
I don't.
You're buying my new dice set.
No, I'm not. And on that, we're moving to Ileana.
Cool.
So Ileana, you go ahead.
I was gonna kind of narrow down my search slightly to the type of arcane, like the school of arcane magic that could potentially compel or possess another being.
I need to clarify. Are you doing the search with prior knowledge of the type of arcane, or are you asking for the type of arcane magic?
I'm gonna, because I don't think Ileana would know.
That's why I asked. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think because Ileana doesn't know enough about magic. She knows of magic and certain schools of it, but not enough about it, like backstory wise, not enough about it to know which one would specifically allow a person to either, instill their will onto a subject or anything like that. So.
Okay. So that's all I need to know. I'm gonna ask this just story purposes. You sat down at the table at the computer with a specific thought in mind of looking up how a magic like this could work. How long do you think it would take? How long do you think it would take you to realize that you need to look up the School of Magic?
Probably. Because I let me see what my arcane is. Let's go based on what that looks like.
While you're looking at that, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have a +4 to Arcana, and I have the Sage background, so I don't know. I feel like that would be up to you as to how long it would take. Maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for it.
Because, like I said, I do have the Sage. Oh, you want me to roll? Okay.
No, I'm gonna roll for it.
Oh, you're gonna roll. Okay, even better.
And just on the thought of dice, there is a comment being shared with me for Sam. Dice are just pieces of plastic and have zero personality that cannot be cursed or lucky.
Not
Who
true.
said that?
You are wrong.
Who said that?
Who said that?
Ilse did.
You shut your whore mouth, Ilse.
After everything,
You're wrong.
you are
You're
living.
wrong.
You are in a relationship with a dice goblin. She would use that die to roll a straight damage check on you.
I just want to point out that last session when Ilse commented, Andrew's I pulled a Sam. Andrew's reaction was, "I see you, boo," and now this is the complete opposite side. All right, rolling for Ileana.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna say it's gonna take you a bit because given your background and given your prior knowledge, only because of what you have studied in your training. and the people around you even, you know that there are certain kinds of different schools of magic, and
Mm-hmm.
you, given Ileana and the way you pride yourself in your knowledge, it would take you a minute. It would take you a few minutes because you'd go,
Mm-hmm.
"Come on, what would that be? Like, I know this."
Mm-hmm.
After a bit, when Max sits down, because after the comments he made, I don't think Ileana would want to talk to him. But
No,
But-
Ileana lets things roll off her shoulders with the group, but
Sony
most
says
part.
otherwise.
I
So
forgave him pretty quick.
Yeah, and suspiciously quit, might I add.
all right, we're not going there. Point is, Max will sit down next to you, slightly grumpy, just because he isn't able to leave. He's got to be your babysitter.
Forced to be, yeah, he's forced to babysit me.
And him sitting down and you knowing that Max himself studies multiple kinds of magic, it's
Mhm.
going to hit you. Maybe there's more to this than I'm thinking. Maybe I need more information. So
Mhm.
Max himself will almost be the switch that clicks in your head that goes, "Oh, wait a minute. Let me
Mhm.
look this up further." And in your research, you're going to find that none of the schools really deal with this specifically. That there
Mhm.
can be magics that work with control or domination of a person's mind.
Mhm.
And at this point in time, minus charm spells, that kind of magic has basically been restricted. So it's to a point of
Mhm.
anything that can take away someone's free will entirely has been banned, has been almost treated as a crime against nature. And that's what a lot of your results are going to show.
Mhm.
There's not going to be any specifics. It's just going to be a lot of people. It's going to be like one of those sites where people are just calling out and ranting and raving about the how morally wrong this kind of magic is.
Mhm.
So unfortunately, you won't find so much of a school of magic. It almost looks
Mhm.
like your search has been guided to why this shouldn't be a thing.
Okay. And then the next thing that I would want to look up is any information on the Black Tide, specifically the if there's any information regarding tattoos, the symbolism having been left anywhere,
Okay.
anything like that. That's what I'm looking for right now.
Okay. Given the fact that you have a reminder on you of what
Mhm.
the Black Tide symbol is, when you search this up, there's a lot of bullshit. There's a lot of
Okay.
there's a lot of fake groups out there claiming to be the Black Tide and having symbols reminiscent of your tattoo, and even some that clearly have no clue. Like it's literally a wave, like in black. Like that's it's
Right.
people that are pretending.
Don't go
Or
to that.
even-
It's bullshit.
are you? Would you actually chime in when if you see it on the screen? Okay. So both of you in that case would see those and go, yeah, no, that's stupid.
Mhm.
You will see that any pictures taken of Black Tide members, maybe not all the members, but there will be usually one or two in the group that either have their symbol on the chain, just like the ones you saw, either out proudly, or like someone would get a picture of it dangling underneath a jacket or hanging off a belt, like something that isn't as flashy, but it's still been caught.
Okay.
The Black Tide on this side really hasn't left a mark, so to speak. Like they don't they're not as or the real black tide doesn't leave as much of a mark as they do, as you've been told they leave on the other side. Most of the marks that are left on this side are the fake ones, the ones that aren't really connected or affiliated. And yeah, so that's what you'll find for the time being.
And then I want to try and connect my two searches. This will be the last thing that I want to do, and see if there is any history of, and this might have been included in the last search that I just did, but see if there are markings, arcane or not, that can lend to control or anything of like in a specifically arcane nature.
So looking
That, like I said, that might be have a connection to what I just looked up. So
it will. So basically, if you're looking up symbol or like arcane symbols that link to control, there will be a couple sites that you go to that talk about runes and rune magic and just how that arcanely works. But then you're going to start getting to the same sites you found before about how control magic and domination magic is wrong and forbidden.
So that you're saying that control magic has been banned?
So that's what those are the things that Ileana is finding. So none of these are coming from like law enforcement. This is more coming from groups of mages or groups of people on this side that are talking about how it either should be or has been banned in certain areas that are like, if this is found happening within our premises, you will be removed and, you know, banned from our establishment or our area or state or whatever.
Just because I just have a spell that
Oh, go ahead.
I have a spell that keeps coming to mind, and I'm wondering if that's one that would be banned.
So you have mentioned that you are kind of watching the screen as she does this. So if you'd like to bring that up, now would be the time.
What you're looking for is generally called a gesh.
A what?
A gesh.
I'm going to type that into the search.
Nope. It's not. No, not GESH. GEAS. Generally, it's a spell where somebody will give a command of some sort, and the other person has to follow it.
The dungeon master is learning things too. Didn't know there was a term for that.
It's a fifth level spell, CJ.
Interesting. Never seen this specific spell before.
So you're saying that the person would be compelled to follow it until they potentially
Interesting.
found what they were looking for, or until the spell duration ends?
So, at least from what I've read on the internet, because it's not something that I'm capable of, it's a charm. So it's an enchantment. They are compelled to do whatever it is they've been tasked to do. If they do anything that might go against it, generally it doesn't turn out well for them. But I mean, without, physical proof of that, it's tough to tell when, somebody's compelled to do something. If they do anything that goes against the order, they suddenly drop dead. That's an issue, and you can't really prove who did it.
Right. And a lot of this search is showing humans, like the human world.
I mean, unless you know what to talk to dead people.
Unless we go downstairs and talk to Matari, because he would probably know if it's been banned in Misfira. Because based on what all of this is saying is that the Black Tide isn't as it hasn't gained notoriety here, at least enough to make them a recognizable group.
Hmm.
In Misfira, they are very much a recognized group, at least to a point where people see the symbol and they know who they are.
Yeah.
So, my thought is if this information, loose as it is that maybe Matari would know if these magics have also been suspended in Misfira
I mean,
because he's been there recently.
since I mean, since this event has already occurred,
Mm-hmm.
and if they are using that magic to do so, does it really matter if it's been banned
1
or?
week since you looked at me. Sorry, there was too much time there.
The reason why I'm looking this up
Mhm.
is because if the thing that we said to Nico and to Dr. Sky keeps hitting my head. And the thing that worries me is that somehow someone can access us through these tattoos, therefore making us an enemy and then losing whatever trust that we may have, even to the sake of turning on each other.
Well, that is something that has gone through my mind.
Mm-hmm. So if she is particularly operating within Misfira, because we haven't heard dick about her here.
Haven't we?
If she's well, not enough to say that she has a base of actual operations here, other than the pocket dimension that Sani's potentially being kept in. But if she's not able to use this magic here without someone noticing, obviously what happened to us in New York being case in point number one, but I'm wondering if there's a potential of her being able to use this magic on the other side and still being able to have access.
Oh, you mean her being able to control somebody from the other side specifically?
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, I don't know much about magic or how far or if there's a way for it to be like a remote type of thing or a plane type of thing. I'm not sure if
I mean,
there are magics.
there are some magics that can travel across planes. Not
Hmm.
a ton, but I mean, even just some general messaging spells can go across planes. Granted, there is
Mhm.
always a small chance that it doesn't work, but
And this gas, would that be something that you think could travel across planes?
I believe that once the spell has been cast, it stays for however long they want it to stay. Generally speaking, I mean, it can last up to a month. It could last for a year. It could go until the person dies. Like there's no real knowledge of that. It's basically
Mhm.
it goes until the job's done or it goes until somebody is able to remove it.
Hmm. Kind of like with less.
Mm-hmm. Which reminds me, we should probably tell somebody about that, just in case. Although I don't know because I feel like if I say something to somebody, I'm just going to be like, "Yeah, we already thought about that." So
Right,
Tell somebody
which
about
seems
what
to be
specifically.
potentially less being under a gas.
if he's under a gas, however you want to pronounce it.
If I
Uh,
remember correctly, you guys did mention that to Loretz.
Yeah, but they would, depending on the strength of the magic, it may still be in place, so he might try again.
Hmm.
Who knows? Can I shift over to another computer and see if I could find any information on how to get rid of one?
Hmm. Roll me a history check.
Okay.
Only because you knew of the spell beforehand.
Guidance.
Oh.
Can I assist him with this?
I'm
Sure.
going. Okay. Well, is that advantage or
It's advantage.
cool? Because that first roll was no bueno.
I think I need another counter on the screen for guidance checks.
Nope.
For guidance.
Don't you have inspiration?
Getting to that. Yes, I will use my inspiration. Because my
Shit.
first two rolls were a 1 and a 3.
Jesus.
Oh God.
Inspiration is a reroll. So
Inspiration. That's a little better. Now, do I re-roll twice because it's advantage, or is it just one of the dice? Okay.
one time.
Roll. Ooh. 16.
16. So with a 16, when you were originally looking up different spells, I would even say even after your pact, just looking up things that were potential, like the things that you could do, and you learned about this spell. I would say you, being the cautious person you are, would have already looked up ways to get rid of it should it be active. And the answers that you would have come across the first time would have been that only very powerful enchanters were successful in removing them.
Okay. Hmm.
So if you'd like to try a search again, you can. I'm just saying that you, knowing the spell already, would have already looked into it a little bit. So that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll try and do a little more extra research just to see if I can find anything more specific.
Okay.
Mhm.
Roll me an investigation check, and I'm going to ask Ava and Sony, because the two of you are already working together on this. Both Jesus Christ. Both of you seem to be pretty set in the things that you were doing. I'm gonna ask if there's anything specific either of you would veer off to do, because right now we're getting into nighttime. So I'm just gonna ask in general if you are focused on what you're doing and you're gonna stick to that until you have dinner or go to bed, or if there's something more that you'd be focusing on. Because I think once they're done, I'm gonna do that general. Just okay. Is there anything else anyone else is doing? But just
Mhm.
for clarification, Ava and Sony.
Let's see. Ava, do you want to go first? I mean, Zenny, do you want to go first?
You can go first then.
Okay. After I finish putting the thing together, is Nico going to be done cataloging, or is he still working on it?
So by the time you finish what you're doing, you would look over and check, and Nico's not cataloging. Nico is looking at the cataloging you already did and comparing to the notes that he had on the first piece of hard light that you saw. So it's not so much cataloging as it is comparing and writing a third set of notes on the differences, so then he can move forward to either build his own or move forward with his own research. So he is just in his own world, comparing the first notes, the second notes, and writing out a third page.
I asked him if it's possible that I could get that information download like onto my phone so I can study him while the shop is closed, or is there not enough time for that? Not enough time, right?
Roll me a charisma check. Just straight charisma.
You have the colors of First Battalion. You have the spirit of a warrior. Let this roll have guide me to positive faith. Wow, this thing does just not hate. Does just not enjoy my company. I rolled an 8.
You're talking to my boy all wrong.
All right. So you rolled an 8. Your words don't even penetrate Nico's ears. He is so lost in what he's doing that he doesn't even hear what you're saying.
I'm going to my room.
So you're just gonna go straight to bed after that?
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. I told you that specific task would take you the rest of the night.
Okay then. I guess I just go to my room and work on the one module design on the portable workshop in bed in my room before I go to sleep.
Roll me the intelligence check.
Okay, Andrew, how do I say it?
Don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up.
Don't fuck this
Don't
up.
fuck me. No, I'm kidding.
Don't fuck this up.
That's a
Don't,
Marisha thing.
don't fuck this up. Don't fuck this up. 15.
Yeah, look at that.
You make progress, Sony.
Thank you, little dice. I shall now be more anxiety induced when I roll you.
Ava.
Eva's going to get Wolfie some food and then try to meditate on a little bit more.
So you're gonna meditate on the dreams themselves?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me a wisdom check, please.
Check.
C.
13.
Ooh. With a 13, you get yourself nice and comfortable. You get your mind relaxed. Everything Matari taught you. And you're going to almost skip parts of the dream that you've seen 100 times. And it's almost going to skip right to the end, where things turn a little more light and there's the dog in front of you. Now, the voice is still echoing your name in the background. It's not as prominent. It's not as loud. It's just an echo in the back of your mind. Doesn't seem to have a source. It's just there. And the dog is still going to be looking you in the eye. And as you look, as you observe what he's doing, how he's standing, how he's looking, you catch the gaze and your eyes lock. And as you do, you almost feel its heartbeat. You feel its calm. And as you do, you almost lose yourself. Even though you're in a dream, you almost lose your concentration. And everything goes a little blurry, just for a second. And as you like shake it off, the dog is no longer sitting facing away and just looking back at you. It is now standing at your feet, on all fours, looking up at you, as if that connection spoke to it. And that's where it'll stop. That's where you'll snap out of it and come back to reality.
Okay.
Okay. So would that be like you're in bed, you're about to like that's the last thing you're doing for the night? Okay.
Yeah.
So, getting back to Max and Ileana.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that purple worm is attacking, but I don't think I like it.
Oh my god.
Max. Oh boy.
Oh my god.
He's a wizard.
He's a wizard. Okay.
It's a size,
You're a wizard, Harry.
it's a size comparison.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh man.
He is enjoying himself
Oh
right now.
man.
Okay. So you do some research. What was your final roll, by the way?
21.
21. With your final investigation check, looking into ways to remove a gash or things of that nature, you will find similar results to very powerful enchanters being the only way to remove it. You will also find that there are wizards claimed to have not mastered it, but have gotten a hold of how the magic works. None of the articles you find are, again, like a firsthand. They're not firsthand information. They're articles that say specifically people from the other side have told stories of a group of mages that have learned the ways of spells like this.
Of what?
They learned the ways of this magic. They've learned almost the intricacies of how it works. And this group of mages hasn't been named, but they are being talked about as if they are a prominent up and coming group. Now, this is where I need to know if Ileana, you are still looking at your investigation, or if you are still, or if you're looking over at what Max is looking at.
I would have, as soon as Max moved away from me, I would have kind of leaned over to see what he was looking at, considering we were just talking about the same spell. So
Roll me a
I
history
would have
check.
looked at his computer. History? Okay. Okay. I need to look at my sheet. Hold on. History is a +4. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
I don't know
17
why
on
I
the
ever
die.
ask. I swear to God, one of these days. we
My
have to get-
history is really bumped, so
One of these
Thank you,
days,
Sage
you and
Feet.
Dana need to just like sit in one room and just roll a bunch of d20s and see who gets the higher numbers. Like it's ridiculous. Okay. You think back to your time spent in the monastery, and during
Mhm.
that time, a group was mentioned to you, of a group of they're a group of mages of all sorts, clerics, wizards, warlocks, sorcerers, just a very big group that had banded together. You didn't know much about them, but the rumors about them were they were pulling together all of the known magic to almost unify the arcane. The name of this group, Robes of the Stars.
Robes of the Star.
Stars, multiple.
Zzz.
Yes.
Zzz. Okay.
Yes, not with a Z. That would be too early 2000s.
If I... So they were basically unifying all schools of magic.
That was the attempt. That was the rumor.
Okay. I will share that information with Max.
So the human just learned of a band of mages. The human sorcerer Sorlock just learned of a band of mages.
I don't know if at all that they're still active, but they were at least rumored to be trying to unify the different schools of magic, but I don't know if they ever succeeded because I came here.
Boy, that name's really pretentious.
I mean, no offense, but most magic users are.
I feel attacked. Ow.
I mean, you read my backstory.
Cries and wizard.
um, I
know
wonder.
Ilse's listening and he's just laughing his ass off at me. I know he is. Alright, go ahead.
I'm wondering if, because I heard this at the monastery, and we do still have Matari here. He's probably gone to bed by now. What time is it, by the way,
By
TM?
this time, it is getting close to 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Oh yeah, Matari is
And-
definitely like I go to bed at a decent hour because I'm old.
And Max
So-
would know that it is getting close to the time that the computer lab is going to start locking up. Because most things close at 9 p.m. in the
Mhm.
agency.
Just like the fucking St. Louis airport. Everything.
I wonder if Matari would have more information about this.
So, call him.
Okay, I call Matari.
There is no answer.
So I will send a text message to him that when he has an available moment, can we either talk to on the phone or may we meet in person? And that's all I'm gonna send.
Okay.
Is he dead?
I very sincerely doubt that. More than likely, either he is with his star pupil, or he has gone to bed.
Jealous much?
Hashtag
It's not
star
jealous.
people's
I
capture.
just, I just don't trust Loretz. I don't. I don't trust him
Why do you trust Matari?
because Matari was the only one who gave a shit.
Mm-hmm. And why?
He
Did he
he
give a
gave me a home. He gave me a home. I don't know why he gave a shit, but he did. And it was enough for someone who had been running for many, many years and didn't have anywhere else to go.
Well, in the immortal words of the movie Joe Dirt, on the way, Megan.
You want to try that in English?
On the way, Megan.
Max,
Home is where you make it.
Oh, okay. I was like, the fuck?
Have you never seen Joe
well,
Dirt?
I have not.
yes, which is why I'm laughing, but no, Ileana has no idea what you're talking about, for starters, but
Max will pull up a clip from Joe Dirt.
Of course he will.
I'm
Okay.
just going to send it to the group. I'm not going to play it, but
Okay.
okay. And to be fair, I'm realizing that now, but at the time, the human world was not something of access. So it was either die in the wilderness or hope that the monastery was looking to at least house someone for a night, and one night turned into many nights. And I didn't trust him at all at first because at that point I didn't know who knew who Casimir was. I didn't know if anyone was going to sell me out at that point.
well, most places that I've had experiences with, if they take you in for no reason whatsoever, it's usually not out of the goodness of their heart. I'm not saying he can't be genuine in wanting to help. There's always, 1 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have a separate agenda. I'm not saying he doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
He seems genuine enough.
Mm-hmm. Enough. Yes.
Well, more so than most people here.
It's true. Although his blind faith in Barretts is becoming a concern.
Well, I'm sure there's something going on that we don't know about and aren't privy to that information.
Mm-hmm.
So they compartmentalize and tell us what we need to know.
And it's at this point that the head of the computer lab is going to like look at Max and just kind of
Ding, ding, ding,
It's
ding.
time to go.
The laboratories and
Right.
facilities will now be closing. Please make your way to your exits and personal bunks. And have a good night.
God, I hate that voice.
Sam, at some point you got to record that for me. I'm just gonna play that every time it gets time for things to close.
Please
That
don't.
was pretty good. That was pretty good.
This is the train to New Haven.
All right.
So,
So as you're
I'm gonna
being-
close down the search and yeah.
all right. So you guys are ushered out of the computer lab at a decent pace. Do you guys finish your night? What are you doing?
Does everything close at the same time?
Most things you know would. The things that you have known not to close right away would be the bar and, for the most part, the cafeteria. It seems like Earl is usually always cooking.
That's where I'm going.
You're gonna go eat. Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't.
You're
think-
going to the cafeteria?
Yeah, because I don't think I've mentioned that I've eaten. So
Hmm.
Not since breakfast.
nope. So time for another mukbang.
Oh boy.
I don't. You have a great time with that. I am gonna head to the bar, which you are welcome to join me if you so would like to.
They're
And
in
I'm
the
also
same
gonna
room.
send that
Woo,
into.
woo.
I'm gonna send that into the group chat as well. That I will be at the bar if anyone would like to join. You are welcome. If not, then I will see you tomorrow.
You realize that it's the same room, right? Cafeteria, bar.
The
It's all
bar
one-
is inside the
All
cafeteria.
one room.
I thought it would like the bar was like on the outside of it. So
So
in that case, then we're
there's the
going to
big-
the same place.
there's the big mess hall. On the left
Mhm.
is where the kitchen is, and you see
Mm-hmm.
Earl with like where you guys get your food. On the right, in the back right corner, is where the bar is.
Okay.
So in
Yeah, I
between
didn't
Earl
realize
and
that.
the bartender is just the whole cafeteria.
Okay. Well then, I'm still gonna send that message out to both, in the group chat so that Ava and Sony could see it if they would like to join. If not, then I'm gonna have a drink and go back to my room unless there's RP that's gonna happen. But
Ava, Sony. So
No.
Ava says no.
She's
Sony.
okay.
I guess I guess he would grab a drink before heading to bed, just to like to cool his nerves before the big fight tomorrow.
So, in the cafeteria, on the left side will be Max eating his dinner and doing his mukbang.
I will probably skip the mukbang and just bring my food and sit over with Ileana.
I
Or
was gonna say,
better yet, I will bring the mukbang to Ileana.
at this point,
Bar.
on one side of the room would be you and your mukbang. The other side would be the most awkward bar on the planet, with Ileana and Sony sitting together drinking.
Ooh,
That's so mean. First of all, what are you talking about?
I don't know. You know what? Let's find out.
What if you had a very heartfelt moment?
Okay, fine. I'll stay in the cafeteria.
You
Let's-
can know,
let's
and you're
find out.
welcome to join. I don't care. I'm just. That's why I threw it into the group message.
So, as you guys get down to the area, Max
Mhm.
goes and gets his food. What kind of food would you get? or just anything that Earl's cooking.
Oh God, what's Earl cooking?
Well, the specialty tonight is pasta.
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 Pasta. But as you've well found out, you could ask for just about anything and they'd find a way to make it for you.
Earl.
What?
Hi, buddy.
Oh, this asshole again. What do you want?
Bar food.
Like pretzels?
Sure.
Really?
I don't know. You got those big pretzels like the German ones?
I can make some for. Look at this asshole. My God, asking for some German pretzels.
All right, if you're gonna make them for me, also make them for the people over there too.
What? At the bar?
Yeah.
Ileana's just gonna wave awkwardly.
Sony wouldn't be there yet, but
Yeah.
Ileana would be.
Well, I'm assuming I got the group text saying
Yes.
that Ava has not responded, but Sony is on his way.
Sony, did you respond or did you just go?
I respond and be like,
Okay.
yeah.
3 pretzels.
Okay.
I
I'll
need-
go.
I need brown mustard and some beer cheese.
Look at this guy with his request. What does he think I am? This is ridiculous. All right, fine. Listen, here's what we're gonna do.
I
I'm
know
gonna
you-
give it to you,
Yeah.
but you best be thanking me.
Of course.
Otherwise, you're one of my favorite assholes. All right, let's put it that way.
I am everybody's favorite asshole.
Fine. And he'll go in the back, and you'll just hear him cursing up a storm, just like, "Fuck this guy! I'm gonna get him. Then look at this piece of shit. I'm gonna." It's just, and then he comes out with 3 very nice, very fresh pretzels, and just an assortment of things to dip it in.
Perfect.
Oh.
He will bitch you out, call you every name in the book, but give you exactly what you want. Earl is the man, but he works in the kitchen, so he can't be nice.
Can I also get a plate of nachos?
Are you kidding me? Right? You're really gonna? And I suppose you'll want toppings.
Yes.
What
Those-
can I get you, Your
Daddy?
Highness?
Those usually come on nachos.
Base nachos in my kitchen. Cheese, chips. You want something else, you gotta request it.
Oh boy. Ground beef. Jalapenos. Sour cream. Salsa. Guacamole.
All right, Your Highness. You want me to spit shine your shoes while I'm cooking you this?
No, but how about you kiss my ass while you're at it?
Look at this guy. Look at this guy. What an asshole. I love this asshole. You know what, for you, I'll even make it a double, all right? I'll make a big ass plate, all right?
Cool.
You better thank me after. You better love me after this. Which cheek you want, left or right?
Oh, right down the crack.
Ugh.
Bartender, I will take the strongest thing you have neat.
The bartender's dying right now. He's
That,
he
yeah,
loves this.
Ileana's just like mentally just done. She's just like, give me something. Please help.
He'll look at you and go, "All right," and he'll mix you up a nice, strong, tall drink.
Who's the bartender? Is it the elf or the Aarakocra?
The Aarakocra has not come back. It is the elf.
Ruh-roh.
Well, he told you the Aarakocra was a temp.
Mm-hmm. Yes, he did.
Earl will go in the back. You'll hear some banging, some clanging, some cursing, some. Who the fuck do you think you are? Look at this, and it's constant with him. And
I
after
assume he's yelling at nobody back there, and he's just like magically like we're talking like Mickey Mouse from Fantasia with the mops and the brooms and the buckets of water, and he's just popping all the food in the back, and he's just yelling because he's so used to working in a kitchen.
only one way to find out.
Bibbidi bobbidi bullshit.
I'm crying in Mage right now. All right, so he'll come out with another big plate, and just an assortment of dips, like things to dip your chips in. It'll come out and go, there you go. Pretzels with all the fixins, nachos with. Let me guess, you want some wings too, or even better, you want some sliders. I don't know what else you want. Like this is enough for like an entire like crew.
Am I
No.
there already, or
You would have probably just walked in.
okay.
I'm good.
Excuse me, good sir. Do you have jalapenos ready on the menu?
You want jalapenos? They're on the nachos.
On your poppers, jalapeno poppers. My bad.
Then this guy wants jalapeno poppers. This asshole wanted jalapenos on his nachos. This one wants jalapeno poppers. You know what? I'll tell you what. This asshole I like. You, I don't know. I don't know you yet.
If I call you a fuckhead, would that help?
Wow. The mouth on this one. You know
Okay.
what? You open that mouth again, I'm going to put my boot in it.
It probably tastes better than your food. Heyo! I don't know why I did that.
Who is this person?
And just like that, I hate you. I'm going to make your food. I'm going to make you the best damn jalapeno poppers you ever had. But I'm going to kick your ass you ever talk to me like that again, all right? All right? I like your gusto, but I hate you. And he's going to walk into the back, more banging and cursing. Just constant banging and cursing coming from that back kitchen. And he comes out with a plate of jalapeno poppers, and he's just like, are you happy now? Would you like to open your mouth to put one of these in? Or should I just put my foot in first? Which would be better?
It's fantastic. Thank you so much.
I'll let you know.
The bartender he's going to look at you and go, this is why I love working here. Dinner and a show.
Oh God.
Go ahead, Sony.
It's like, let's see first if this is better than a boot.
Do you try it?
I guess I'll be coming back for dessert.
Mm-hmm. The dessert, what do you like better, vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate,
Well?
please. Chocolate, please.
Chocolate? All right, you like chocolate? I'm going to put chocolate all over the heel of my boot, so when I smash it into your face, you taste the chocolate. Sound good?
Sounds very appetizing.
Get the fuck away from my counter.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
Love
both
you.
assholes. Enjoy the food.
Appreciate you. I
You-
see
you-
you,
you're
and I
damn
celebrate
right.
you.
You're damn right. He just gives you a big smile.
I will just pick up a tray of
It's a big
food
ass tray.
and bring it over to the bar.
I'll take the poppers and head over to the bar too.
The bartender's gonna look at Ileana and go, "Oh, they're with you, right? Right."
Yes. Yes, they are.
He's gonna go, "All right," and he's gonna look at your glass and go, "I'm gonna get another one ready for when you're done with that."
Thank you so much.
Barkeep, I would like a Midori sour with an extra kick, please.
How much extra kick you want? You want as much as as Earl was about to give you?
Sonny looks back at Earl and be like, "Yes, please."
Good old fashioned kick in the teeth.
All right, fine. And he's gonna another tall glass and just fill it with Midori sour, which is a fucking great drink. Had it the other night.
Mhm.
All right.
Well, it's a solid little cocktail.
And the bartender's gonna look at you guys and go, "Listen, hope you guys are having fun. Tomorrow's gonna be even more fun. I got some prep to do for tomorrow because anyone that's not participating, I'm gonna be giving them some drinks as well. So,
Nachos.
Speaking of which,
Sure.
should we go over what we're gonna do about the special guests on our team tomorrow?
Watch him like a hawk. Bartender, what's your name again?
Huh, finally, one of you asks. You didn't. You. We had that whole interaction last time with or earlier today with your Leonin friend, and no one even asked my name.
I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say, I think I got his name.
Did you?
I think so. Maybe not, but I think I wrote it down somewhere.
If I remember correctly, no one asked. But go ahead and check.
No, I did. His name is Thronin.
Thrown in. Okay.
I did.
Okay, fine. I didn't remember.
Nope, I just have Eric.
Well, this is not the Aarakocra.
Nope.
So he'll remind you. He'll just say the name's thrown in.
Thrown in Elvish?
Yeah.
Here, Ileana, have a pretzel.
Oh, thank you so much, actually. This is. I don't think I've ever actually had one before.
Carbs should help with your hangover later.
Here, you probably want some poppers too.
Actually, I might take the poppers, but the nachos are all yours, gentlemen.
Okay.
And he's gonna look at
I,
you guys and go. So my point was, try to finish up in a timely fashion. That's all I'm saying.
Of course.
We'll be right out of your hair.
Like, there's no last call, but I got work to do, so it would be helpful.
By all means.
Max will set up his camera.
No.
Make sure you don't get me in that, please. I don't want anything to do with that.
It's not gonna face you, Thronin. It's not. It's a thing that he does. It's fine.
Faces me. And Max sits at the corner of the bar if there's a corner,
There
and
it is.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we would have sat like at the curve.
Okay,
Of the
there
bar.
you go.
hey guys, Max is here again. It's late. I haven't eaten. So you're gonna eat with me. Today we have pretzels, nachos, and a beer.
I'm gonna lean over to Sony.
Was that your way of ordering a beer? All right. all right,
Yes, can I
you know.
please have a beer?
So I've been thinking, if we can come up with some few battle strategies for tomorrow, just in case, I can go some few things over with you. If that's cool.
I mean, you're welcome to. Yeah, we could talk about that.
All right. So seeing how we mostly have close quarter fighters, you, Ava, and me and Max kind of fit in the ranged group. I was thinking you and Ava could probably go up against the opponent, and me and Max could support from behind. I'll come in with the damage with my guns, and Max can come in with support of either like.
So, I'm going to cut you short here for two reasons. One, I'm going to meta pigeon a little bit here and go, oh, only 3/4 of your team is here. Woo, woo. And number two, it's about time to call it.
Okay.
So, I'm going to cut it here. If you decide that we want to start next session off with a battle strategy meeting with only 3 of your 4 members at the bar, we can do that. Or we could start next session after a long rest. I'll let you guys decide over the next week what you want to do.
Okay.
For now,
Also, just saying, Ava usually fights from a distance.
I was
true.
gonna roleplay that, but yes.
You only have a week.
we'll talk about this later. But before we finish, we have our vote. So, Ava, who's your vote and why?
Skip me.
Skip you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ileana?
Shit, I forgot that this is what we do at the end of the session.
Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, skip me for a second too. Come back
I'll
to
tell
me.
you what. I'm going to give you guys a chance right now to all talk.
You'll see.
Pee. I will give you guys a chance to talk with the stream still running. I'll be back in a minute. When I come back, I want an answer
God.
from all of you.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Okay. Oh.
Oh wow.
Like the kids have been left alone.
Oh, fellow viewers, we shall now proceed to go along with the adult jokes.
You know, it's funny because like I feel like this session passed in a blink and I don't remember a lot of it. So
I usually debase my votes on the funniness of the session, so I think I
Yeah.
would say Max, but he's been getting it a lot lately.
We've been getting a lot of information today. I
Yeah,
usually have
to-
like 1 page condensed of information, and today I have
Yeah.
2.
I do too. I have 2 pages full.
I think I got about a page and a half. But that's just because, well, technically 2 pages, but that was from leftovers.
I just got a notebook full of like words scribbled on it of like whose names and what.
Sam didn't take notes.
Sam doesn't take notes. Except probably anything important related to his character.
Right. Jeez Louise.
Which is fine.
Purple word.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Inspiration.
Like we didn't really have like a chaos gremlin today. So it's like who
No.
Okay, how about this? Why don't we vote on someone who needs the inspiration for the fight? Like who needs it more than anyone?
Well, given your dice rolls, Chief,
Oh man.
No, by next session I shall have fresh new dice that will give me lots of. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm just gonna get fucked over like always.
I'm gonna be awaiting pictures of said dice, sir.
Same. Same.
All right, I will send those pictures once I buy them.
Thank you.
Cool.
congratulations. You will appreciate 2 sets of dice.
It's the beginning of a goblin.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Join the dark side.
I can already see all my money. Just having a random bag in the corner of my room, just full of dice, and then people coming over will be like, "The hell is that?" And it's just like, it's
Oh, sweetie.
Yeah, it just started like
It's a giant bag.
oh my god, that much?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh
there.
shit, he's
it's
back.
just starting.
Hey. All right. So
It started and said, "How did it end up like this? How did it?"
we're
was
gonna
just
start
only
this
a
off
set. It was
before you
only-
guys tell me. I have a vote to cast from Ilse for Sam.
Oh.
The message is my vote goes to Sam for the crafting and the thinking that dice are lucky or cursed when they're not.
Hey, what
So,
the?
so that's one
Yeah.
vote. So now I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna ask everybody because people needed a minute. So I gave you a minute. Eva.
I'll go with Ileana.
4.
Why not?
Okay.
I
Okay.
have absolutely no fucking idea.
Okay.
Just gonna cast
Ileana.
a vote.
Where's your vote go?
I think I'm actually gonna give it to Ava because of the fact that she probably it's funny because like I thought I was gonna have a really strong connection with Daisy, but like Ava has 100% like swooped Daisy out from under all of us and is now teaching her thieves' cant, which is super useful if we ever need her to do something for us like that.
Yeah, because
Okay.
So I'm gonna give it to Ava.
Okay. Max.
I'm giving it to Sony
Ooh. 4.
Oh, thanks, bro.
because his rolls were shit, so he's gonna need it.
Hey, fuck you.
Also because of his character breaking moment with the chef.
I like it. Okay.
I honestly don't know why I did that.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Sony, where's your vote go?
Well, my options were kind of bare bones for a second because Andrew got all the inspiration for the past 5 sessions. Ileana dice rolls are like godsend for some reason. I don't know why. And
Because I have lucky dice.
so I was just planning. So I was just planning to give it up to Ava.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 2 votes for Ava, 2 votes for Sony, 1 vote to Max. Or no, there wasn't a vote to Max this time.
No.
Calm yourself, dog.
Because I'm Batman.
So we have 1 vote to Ava, 1 vote to 2 votes for Ava, 1 vote to Ileana, 2 votes for Sony.
Mm-hmm.
And that is including the chat vote. So that leaves a tie, in which case, as I stated the first time, I will be the tiebreaker.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Well, because we didn't have a tie in the very first vote. There was almost a tie, and I said I would be the tiebreaker if we needed it. We haven't really had a need. This is the first time we do.
We're about to find out who CJ loves more.
Wow, no pressure.
Wow.
And can I just give the vote to me then? Or I could throw everything into disarray and vote for Ileana and make it a 3-way tie.
Oh, what?
I mean, you could.
Wow.
In which Zenny, myself, and Sam have to do rollies to find out who's gonna get the inspiration.
So
Well, we're two
I
of
think-
us are already out in that case.
That's not true. I might roll like shit.
I think
Nice.
that if all 3 of them tie, they should all be canceled out, and I get the inspiration.
Oh, what the? Where did you come from?
All right. Here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Just because of how the session went, because this is per session, not for character overall, not for anything it's just session by session.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I feel that of the 2 of you, Ava and Sony, I feel Ava had the most impact today.
Mm-hmm.
Only because Ava goes out and does things to move things along, whereas Sony, you're doing something similar but for your own purposes. Whereas Ava is doing things like, okay, this is what the team's going through, this is what I can contribute, let's do that, like direct. So I'm gonna give the vote to Ava.
I concur. I like that.
So I think for the
Yeah.
first time since this vote started, the inspiration goes to Ava.
Yay.
All right. So
No, it can't be the first time.
it is.
No, I was gonna
Yeah.
say. I feel like you've gotten it before.
I feel like you got it when we did the whole diving into your dreams sequence.
No, that went to
Yeah.
you. That went to you. It went to
Yeah.
you because it was your idea to link the magics.
Oh, you
Yeah.
bastards shouldn't have voted for me. Why would you do that?
If I remember correctly, you voted for her that day because you were
but
like
we all
she went through
voted
some
for
shit,
you.
but everyone else was
Because
like,
I'm not a
"No."
monster. Jesus, guys.
Well, this will be
I'm
the first for
sorry.
Ava. And on that note, hopefully next session we get some good shit done. We get closer to the games, and I may even have a surprise for the team. We'll
Oh
see.
shit.
Price for who?
The team,
For us.
Oh.
you fuckers.
Yeah, because you're my cut. I didn't understand the last part of that.
No, it's not cut. It's right here.
Wordplay.
And on that terrible joke, we're gonna end it tonight.
I
Good
think
work,
that is
everybody,
smart.
tonight. We will see you guys next week.
Bye.
And that's